This is Mount Vernon Rams football from WMIX Sports, delivered by Joe's Pizza. Stream this game online at section618.com. Scroll over to listen live or watch live and find the Mount Vernon Rams on WMIX. Streaming is powered by your Allstate insurance agent, Paul Shields. This game is also sponsored in part by People's National Bank, Bean Insurance, Landers Collision Centers of Mount Vernon, Josh Finley of Country Financial, SI Tile and Carpet, Munkin Toyota, Hall Insurance Group, SSM Health, Good Samaritan Hospital, Mount Vernon Quick Lube, Michael Croshan, Edward Jones, Body Quench, your State Farm agent, Tony Wilt, Culvers of Mount Vernon, the law offices of Hannigan and McGovern, Country Financial agent Nathan Farrell, and DollarSavingDeals.com. Now let's send you out to the Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois broadcast booth. Rams football on WMIX starts now.
Home sweet home for the Mount Vernon Rams, back in black, first time in 2023. Good evening from Ken Hunt Stadium from the Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois broadcast booth. The Mount Vernon Rams entertain the Collinsville Kahoks here tonight. I'm Chris Hugo. Lady Rams basketball coach Jeff Londen will join me at some point when his clock strikes 6:30, and we'll have your WMIX Sports broadcast team here tonight. Jeff Crow taking care of the camera for the WMIX Sports YouTube channel, as well as the Section618.com mobile app. It's Brock Myers handling things back at the Mount Vernon studios here tonight. We talk with Mount Vernon Rams football coach Dan Mings in this Landers Collision Centers of Mount Vernon pregame show. We talked about the team's effort from a week ago. Of course, the loss at Marion. Rams had to dig out an offense from 1894, a former Yale offense, and the end result is they almost won a football game. Of course, 2 touchdowns called back in that one. We get into that in depth with football coach Dan Mings. It's all coming up. Landers Collision Centers of Mount Vernon, new location on Benton Road, former Dobbs location, South Mount Vernon. Of course, find out more at landersauto.com or give them a call, 1-888-LANDERS. That's 1-888-LANDERS. Of course, Dan Mings coming up here on this Landers Collision Centers pregame. The Rams, meanwhile, come in with a record of 1-2. Started 1-0. Of course, then injuries took over at Carbondale in the first half. Since then, it's been a bit of a different season. Meanwhile, the Collinsville Kahoks come in with a mark of 2-1. And we'll talk about that with Dan Mings coming up as well. We'll take our first break of the night, come back with Mount Vernon Rams football coach Dan Mings. This is Rams football from WMIX Sports and the Section 618 app.
Joe's Pizza and Pasta in Mount Vernon is the people's choice for a favorite Italian restaurant. Order online at orderjoes.com or come by 819 Jordan Street, just off the square in downtown Mount Vernon. Joe's has great fresh salads, pasta, and garlic breads, and is the place to dine on real Chicago-style pizza during game night. Joe's Pizza and Pasta in Mount Vernon, 819 Jordan Street, orderjoes.com. Your taste buds will thank you.
Welcome to Allstate, where saving on your auto insurance is kind of like a joyride. You, your car, and an open road. Maybe your best friend, too. The music is chill, and so is the traffic. Allstate. Here, better protection costs a whole lot less. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Call Mount Vernon Allstate agent Paul Shields at 618-241-0551 first.
Allstate and affiliates offer products and services subject to availability, terms, and conditions.
Back to the Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois broadcast booth. This is Mount Vernon Rams football on WMIX.
Welcome back on your Landers Collision Centers of Mount Vernon pregame show, AM 940, 96.5 FM, or watch us live, WMIX Sports on YouTube or the Section618.com mobile app. We're in the Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois broadcast booth for the Mount Vernon Rams and the Collinsville Kahoks tonight. And, of course, it's time to sit down with Rams football coach Dan Mings, talk about last week's tremendous effort at Marion, and preview what's to come here tonight. Here it is. Visiting now with Mount Vernon Rams football coach Dan Mings after Friday night's tough loss on the road at Marion. And, Coach, I say tough loss. I mean, really, you take into consideration what the Rams went into there with, the environment, everything going on. And, you know, I know we talked briefly after the game. I was tremendously proud of your team's effort on Friday night.
Yeah, I mean, so was I. The kids came out, man, they played hard, played gutsy football, very physical. Felt like it was a game we probably should have won and didn't.
For me, it's going in there, and I don't want to ever say, no, I don't think the Rams are going to win a football game. Maybe going in there as a massive underdog and then coming out of there, it's like, man, you know, we probably should have won that. And just that mindset afterwards, like, to me, that's what you guys did, what you accomplished, how you taught that offense in just a matter of days. I think it's a tough loss. Don't get me wrong. It's a conference loss. It's a rival, but I think that's one where you walk out of there, you have to at some point hold your head high.
Well, yeah, about the way we played, absolutely. You know, the outcome, you know, wish that would have been different. But I tell you what, we don't know how to say it. We feel like we got one taken away a little bit. Just part of the high school football process. You know, I mean, you know, sometimes you're the windshield, sometimes you're the bug, and we got bugged.
Boy, there's no doubt about that. Of course, a couple of long runs for touchdowns were called back due to holds, which, I mean, I was talking with somebody the other day, and it's like, let's face it, there's a hold on every play. It's just a matter of, you know, distinguishing what deserves to be called, I suppose, and what doesn't. And at the end of the day, it was costly, and the Marion Wildcats escaped with a victory on their home turf. But it's a Marion team that had a lot of youth, and they stepped up on that night. But for you, your workhorse, Navante Nesbitt Jr., of course, had 46-ish or so carries for 200-plus yards. And you know, Mylan Nettles, of course, had some big carries in the game as well. But a lot to be proud of. Obviously, I think you have to give a lot of credit to the O-line and the lines on both sides of the ball, because really they had a good night. Everybody knew what was coming. They opened up holes and did a good job.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, and you know, hopefully we build off it this week. You know, I mean, that's the whole thing. We really got to push. We really got to focus about getting better ourselves and doing some things that we need to do just to get better ourselves.
I think the biggest question that I've come into contact with since Friday night from having seen people around town is, how tough was that to teach? Not execute, but how tough was that to teach and get into place in just a short amount of time?
Well, you know, I like to think that we establish a football knowledge with our kids. You know, we try to. So when we do introduce something that may be a little bit different, we use our terminology inside of the system, so the kids already understand a little bit about what we're trying to ask them to do. And so I think that part of it made it a little bit easier for us, you know, just with the install, because, you know, we have sort of that in, but not that in, you know, if that makes any sense. So we have we have a base of knowledge to work from. So it's a little bbit easier when we try to teach them skills.
So the diamond tee, to me, you know, and thinking about it and really looking at how the formation broke down, you really are just, I feel like you're moving a tackle and moving the backs one side or the other. Your quarterback is where he is. And thankfully it seems like your offense, being what it was, helped ease that transition.
Well, I think so. You know, it's just something, you know, Coach McCoy went to the drawing board, and Coach Drades and myself, Coach Turner, Coach Fields, and the kids just, you know, they just responded well to it. You know, they want to win. They want to be competitive. You know, we're fighting this injury bug a lot, most that I've ever seen. And our kids are just resilient, you know, so that's what we're going to just keep banking on, that our kids want to play the game of football, and they want to play hard.
And speaking of the injury bug, obviously I know a couple of more injuries after Friday night's game. How's the health going into tonight?
Not good. You know, not good. We'll be without Nettles. RJ's in a cast. You know, just beat up, you know, right now, to be honest with you. That game was a very physical game for us to play, so there was a lot of, we'll call them soft tissue type stuff, you know, bruises and bangs and, you know, those types of things that we just have to overcome. And, you know, hopefully, you know, we're going to be able to get that done.
Well, and I won't lie. Got news yesterday that both Cahokia and Granite City were forfeiting their games this week because of a brawl in their game last week. And the first thing that came to mind was, man, really wish the Rams had one of those two on the schedule this week, get some time to heal up and rest a little bit, just so to come back out fuller strength in week 5. But not the case. You have the Collinsville Kahoks tonight. Of course, a team that looks pretty balanced offensively. I know their quarterback, I think, was around 15 to 20 for 220-plus yards, a couple of scores. I think the running back was kept under 100 yards, but I also know he scored a couple of TDs as well. So they played Carbondale, I believe, beat them 32-14. Coming with a balanced offense tonight, and for a banged-up Rams defense, basically it's going to be tough. You're banged up, is what it is.
It's a mountain to climb. You know, there's no doubt about that. It's going to be a mountain. But, you know, Carbonell didn't have their starting quarterback. For whatever reason, he was out. I feel like that if we come out and we get ready to play, we're going to be competitive, which is, we're in year 2 of the rebuild.
Right.
We are, and that's hard for people to remember, I think. But, our deal is what our deal always has been. We want to keep these games in manageable situations. We want to have a chance to win in the fourth quarter, and we want to be able to compete from beginning to end, and we're doing that still. We're meeting those landmarks. We're doing it. Right now, last year we won, a couple one-score games, in the fourth quarter. This year, we let one go this past week, and, we're just going to keep trying to get closer and closer to being competitive every day.
Exactly. And that's really at this point. I mean, that's all you can do. And, I talk about the defense and it being, you mentioned kind of climbing a mountain. In all reality, it was the same thing last week, and they stepped up to the challenge. And I thought, so much focus is on the offense that your defense also banged up. Really, that game-winning touchdown ended up being a play where it's just literally just out of the reach of the corner. I mean, He was right there with him step for step, and just probably if he could have just been like a half-inch taller, might have batted it away. But ended up as your team. It's easy for me to sit back, and I'm going to totally shift gears here. It's easy for me, somebody like me or fans, to sit back and be like, oh, man. But really, you hit the nail on the head where this year right now probably should have been last year. Like the rebuild what just took off so quickly. And so now expectations have risen with it. And I think right now it's managing those for the general public, because we're looking at a program that is definitely on the rise. Unfortunately, these are the peaks and valleys that come with high school football. Right now it feels like a bit of a valley, but your team certainly knows how to peak.
Yeah, and it's really not a valley. I mean, it's really not. We've got a baseline that we're working from, and Chris, we've been competitive.
Yeah.
We really have. And, if we don't have this major injury bug that's hit us where we lost 4, 5, 6 guys, we're looking at things a little bit different right now. But as far as building the program and doing the things that we want program-wise, and we're still doing it. We're still doing it, and we're still making strides to build the program the right way.
Absolutely. And I didn't want to say this as soon as I saw you on Friday night, but to me, Friday night was fun. As a fan, as a broadcaster, it was fun. It was a challenge of a new offense, and really, there were a lot of similarities, but it's knowing that, okay, these kids, this coaching staff, this program is going to have an opportunity to win every Friday night somehow, some way, and there's nothing more fun than that.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to scratch and claw, and we're going to get on the board, we're going to work, and we're going to try to find the right personnel. We're not going to stop. That's the thing. We're just not going to stop. And last week we ran out of time. This week we may get it done, but it is fun. But man, it's stressful. It's very stressful, because you want to go in and know what you've got. You want to go in and say, okay, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. We know who we are. We have our identity. And right now we're fighting for that identity. So our identity, instead of it being an offensive concept or a defensive scheme, it has to be our identity is toughness and never quitting. That has to be the identity that we go in with.
Absolutely. And amen to that. And I'm hoping being back in black for 5 of the next 6 weeks will help your team. Ken Hunt Stadium tonight. First home game of the season. I know the team has to be pretty jacked, but what's it going to take to get a W here at home against the Collinsville Kahoks?
Well, we've got to neutralize our quarterback. I mean, honestly, we do. And he plays both sides of the ball, and he's a stud. They've got a couple really quick kids. They're good on special teams. They're turned into a solid program. They really have turned into a solid program, and but I think that the whole key is going to have to be neutralizing the quarterback and the slot receivers.
Amen. Dan, we'll see if it comes to fruition. Good luck to your guys tonight, and always a thrill to be able to talk to you.
All right, thanks, Chris.
There you go. Dan Mings obviously very proud of his team from a week ago, and I know he'll be proud tonight. Adjustments have been made for this Kahoks team coming in. We'll talk about it more coming up. Landers Collision Centers of Mount Vernon pregame show will continue. We'll even have your Munkin Toyota keys to the game, as well as your Hall Insurance Group starting lineup still to come. It's right here on AM 940, 96.5 FM, Don't forget to watch us live, WMIX Sports YouTube. Plenty more pregame right around the corner. This is Rams football from WMIX Sports and the Section 618 app, delivered by Joe's Pizza.
Every body is different. Some get injured while others wear down. At Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois, your unique condition is at the center of all we do. Whether you want to compete at the top of your game, play with your grandkids, or simply enjoy a day without pain, the Orthopedic Center is there for you. The Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois. Give them a call at 618-242-3778 or visit them at orthocenter-si.com.
Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement that our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Michael Crochin, your Mount Vernon Edward Jones financial advisor, understands this, and that's why Michael Crochin of Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of the Mount Vernon Rams on WMIX. For all your investment needs, call 618-244-5990 or visit edwardjones.com. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
DollarSavingDeals.com is the saving superstore everyone is talking about. Hi, this is Stacy from DollarSavingDeals.com. Right now, you can buy half-price certificates to your favorite places, just like Kingdom Seasonings, Monte Allegra, One Stop Flooring America, Tightace, Porter's Automotive, R&J Tactical Laser Tag, and so much more. Next time you want to go to your favorite local place for half the price, shop DollarSavingDeals.com. Find us on the Big Deals app.
Culver's could have only started in Wisconsin.
Hi, welcome to Culver's.
Just ask our team member, Sarah.
When you order a Culver's Butterburger, you're never just a customer. You're a guest in our home. See, where we come from, people do right by each other. It's why we cook each Butterburger to order just for you, right down to getting the perfect sear on the beef. That extra care may be a small town thing, but it's big time important to us.
Come on in and let us serve you with a smile that stretches from our hometown to yours.
Culver's at Veterans and 42nd in Mount Vernon.
Welcome to Delicious.
Joe's Pizza and Pasta is the people's choice for favorite Italian restaurant.
Mark Thursday night on your calendar for all-you-can-eat spaghetti, garlic sticks, salad, and a drink for only $8.
Come taste homemade recipes passed down through generations so that every dish is packed with love, tradition, and incredible flavors.
Experience pasta the way Nana used to make it. 819 Jordan Street, south of the square in Mount Vernon.
Joe's Pizza and Pasta in Mount Vernon. Traditional,
but unlike any other.
Rams in stunning high definition at WMIXsports.com. Powered by Allstate agent Paul Shields.
Back here at Ken Hunt Stadium, the Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois broadcast booth. You heard it live here on AM 940, 96.5 FM. You watched it on the WMIX Sports YouTube and the Section618.com mobile app. Dan Mings here on the Landers Collision Centers of Mount Vernon pregame show. Jeff Lund and Lady Rams basketball coach joins me now. I'm Chris Hugo. Dan was very optimistic about the team's chances tonight, but very proud of the team's efforts last week. And Coach, you know this, going in, an offensive coordinator for some of the good teams in the early part of the millennium. It's not easy to have to replace one quarterback, let alone two. Rams did that kind of. They dug out an offense from 1894 and had a chance to beat Marion last week.
They certainly did, and that was, one of the best coaching jobs, I think, in the South last weekend of this young season. It's hard to describe how difficult it is to scrap your entire offensive existence, basically, that you've hung your hat on and had so much success with over the years, for something completely new. And really, these guys only, if you like a typical practice week, Chris, you'd go one good offensive day, one good defensive day, and then your third day you'd kind of do a little bit of both, and then your fourth day you're doing special teams. On the fifth day you're playing. So it's not like, you have, 5 straight or 4 straight days to prepare. You've got to have defensive practice. You got to have your special teams. So there's only so many hours of the week in practice that you can rough something in like that. And, for them to give themselves a chance, with your two main quarterbacks gone and out, pretty remarkable. But I will tell you this, Coach Mings wants to win. And as kind of cool as that was and maybe fun to watch, I guarantee you there was no fun for him. He thought that they had a great chance to win that game. He thought that what they did system-wise to make the changes they needed to make without the quarterbacks would be good enough to maybe get them past Marion. And as we all saw, it just did not work out, and he feels awful about that because all he wants to do is win. And the same will be true here tonight. You're going to see some wrinkles, I think, that are a little different from what you saw last week. We may get back to a little diamond tee. I know they've had a chance to rough in the Morales kid at quarterback and do the basic handoffs and the footwork. And I like that because I think that's probably where everybody's most comfortable and where we're at our best. But again, you got to have a good point, man. The quarterback distributes the ball. And in this system, there's a lot of places to distribute it at. So if you're not somebody who's been real experienced at it, like Peyton McMillan or Mackay, it's hard, because you just don't have a lot of hours in the week to practice and get used to it. But I'm anxious to see what happens here tonight. I know whatever they do tonight, they're going to try to do it and try to win the football game. And it's going to be a beautiful night. Sun's almost over the trees, well, thank goodness. And we're about ready to play some football.
We definitely are about 10 minutes away, as a matter of fact, here on WMIX and the Section 618 app. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have your Munkin Toyota keys to the game here on your Landers Collision Centers of Mount Vernon pregame show. The Rams and Kahoks coming up at the top of the hour. This is Mount Vernon football from WMIX Sports and the Section 618 app.
You need insurance to help protect things that mean a lot to you. You need coverage that's affordable because we all have a budget. At Country Financial, we get it. For close to 100 years, we've offered insurance and financial services to help protect what's most important to you and to help prepare for your future. Best of all, I'm here to get to know you and find solutions for your budget. In other words, we've got your back. I'm Josh Finley, your local Country Financial representative. Call me at 618-242-4024.
Doing business in today's world can be complicated, time-consuming, and expensive. People's National Bank is here to help your business not only survive, but thrive. People's National Bank offers modern-day products such as remote deposit capture, ACH payments, merchant card services, and commercial line of credit sweeps. We can get you paid faster, protect your risk, and make your money work hard for you. Call a People's National Bank specialist today to get started. People's National Bank, member FDIC.
Hey, y'all, I'm country music artist Drew Baldridge, and I want to share with you what's amazing about Munkin Toyota. This first-class dealership offers nothing but top-of-the-line service, and there are a million reasons to buy from them, not just including they are amazing people, and I love them to death, but they also have market-based, no-haggle pricing, express service, and most importantly, their lifetime powertrain warranty. So no appointment required. Get on down to Munkin Toyota in Mount Vernon today.
Back to Mount Vernon Rams football on WMIX, delivered by Joe's Pizza.
AM 940, 96.5 FM. You can watch us live tonight on the WMIX Sports YouTube, where we'll be 5 of the next 6 weeks. Coincidentally, we'll be at home at Ken Hunt Stadium the next 5 of the 6 weeks of the football season as the Rams basically road warriors the first 3 weeks, a road game at Centralia week 8, then 5 home games this year, and it's going to be a much friendlier broadcast schedule for us. That means we can video stream and have great bandwidth to provide high-definition clarity for those of you watching online. With Jeff Lonan, I'm Chris Hugo, and Coach, of course, keys to the game are handed to us by Munkin Toyota, home of the Toyota Care Plan. It's where peace of mind comes standard for 2 years or 25,000 miles, whichever comes first. And I'm going to put you on the spot. You're a coach. What are some keys for the Rams to get a win tonight?
Well, I know one thing I'm worried about right now. If I'm down there and I'm handling, the offensive side of the ball, I'm worried about turnovers and fumbles. Because we're kind of out of our element a little bit with some adjustments we've had to make with our quarterback issues. You wonder if everything we do is going to be sure-handed and sharp. And I think, the one biggest fear I've got right now is turnovers, dropping the ball. Maybe just missing a step here or there with the timing, and the ball goes on the ground. That's probably the most natural thing you think about when you have to make such drastic changes in such short period of time, offensively anyway. I think if we hold on to the ball, then we've got the athletes that can probably move the ball down the field, pick up first downs. Again, you say this every time with our system, run the clock, just get first downs. Even if you don't score, pull those big chunks of minutes off the clock, 5, 6, 7, 8-minute drives, and keep that Collinsville offense off the field. shorten the game, and then you have a better chance in the end to win and get out of here. So watch the turnovers, try to limit those as much as possible, and get first downs and run that clock and give yourselves a chance in the second half. And that's kind of, I think, where we're at offensively. Defensively, it's every week. We got to contain, keep the ball inside between the tackles, and tackle the ball. Make good tackles, tackle the ball, and, really it's just as simple as that. They're going to throw the ball some too. And, we got to be very aware of their routes, what they're trying to do to us. I know we scouted them. I know they've got a good scouting report, and they've worked on that this week. So, hopefully we're on their routes and we're on their keys in terms of throwing the ball. But obviously if you're going to give up a bunch of balls in the air, that could spell trouble too, because, balls in the air in high school can result in quick scores and big plays. So we'll watch for that, and go Rams.
Go Rams indeed. Monk and Toyota of Mount Vernon, their lifetime powertrain warranty covers more than some of your vehicle's important parts. It includes rental car coverage when your vehicle's undergoing a covered repair. We'll take our final break of this Landers Collision Centers of Mount Vernon pregame show. When we come back, we'll get you set up for this one. The Mount Vernon Rams and Collinsville Kahoks 2023 home opener, first varsity game on the new turf. We'll welcome you back in a moment. This is Rams football from WMIX Sports and the Section 618 app.
Do you want your oil change in the slow lane?
Oh, an oil change. Come back in 4 hours.
Or the fast lane?
Oil change? No problem. Pull right in here. Here we are, sir. I also topped off your fluids. Have a great day.
I guess that's why they call them Quick Lube.
Quick Lube's car care experts rival any race car pit crew. They're faster, friendlier, and cleaner than the rest. Quick Lube in Christopher and Carterville, coming this fall to Mount Vernon.
Chris with Bean Insurance Agency. We've been serving the listening area for over 20 years. Our office has a combined experience of over 75 years of insurance knowledge. We have multiple companies to choose from, so you get a great rate, and we strive to provide the best customer service around. This combination has won Bean Insurance Agency multiple awards over the last 20 years. Call today and find out for yourself at 618-242-6017 or stop by 1310 Broadway in Mount Vernon, Illinois.
Landers Towing and Collision Centers of Mount Vernon is the #1 collision repair facility in Southern Illinois. They have officially moved to their new location, the old Dobbs Building at 2325 Benton Road in Mount Vernon. They are celebrating 35 years with a brand new state-of-the-art facility. Landers is an ICAR Gold Class certified collision repair facility using state-of-the-art technology to get you back on the road. Stop by their new location, Route 37 South Mount Vernon, or call 1-888-LANDERS.
Back to Mount Vernon Rams. WMIX, delivered by Joe's Pizza.
Back here in the Landers Collision Centers of Mount Vernon pregame show. Chris Hugo, Lady Rams basketball coach Jeff Lonnon alongside. Rams football tonight against the Collinsville Kahoks, and there was talk at one time this might eventually be a conference game. Of course, that's still kind of possibly in the works, but Collinsville on the schedule now, and Granite City as well. Of course, Granite City and Cahokia sitting the night out. They had a bench-clearing brawl last week, so they forfeited to their opponents this week, with Granite City having forfeited to Centralia and Cahokia having forfeited to Carbondale. We'll get underway here. It'll be Collinsville football to start. It's kicking off for the Rams. It will be Carnine, and back to return McIntyre and Rogers Parrott. Rogers Parrott and Reynolds for the Kahoks. We're about to get underway here from Ken Hunt Stadium, the new turf. Let's see the speed on showcase. Both of these teams. We'll get you the Hall Insurance Group starting lineups in just a moment when we'll meet the Collinsville offense as we await kickoff. Rams are back in black. First time this year, first home game. That's going to be a deep kick back toward the 10 on the near side, and that's going to fall through the hands to about the 2-yard line. Picked up finally by Amari Rogers Parrott. He's going to try to get to the near side. He's brought down by Malachi Mays at about the 9-yard line. So Collinsville, the Kahoks, pinned back deep to start here. Opening drive, 11:53 mark of the first quarter, underway, no score.
Big special teams play, right? You know where that started was that kick.
Yeah.
That thing went all the way down to the 2-yard line. That's a good kick for a high school kicker or any high school kickoff, and then the coverage was great. Didn't lose contain. He tried to go outside, and we got him right there. Actually at about the 9-yard line.
Jayhawks are in their away white tops with purple numerics and lettering. Looks like white helmets. Jayhawk logo on the right side. They're glossy with a double stripe front to back in purple. Purple pants with a thick purple stripe outlined in white. We'll have a man in motion. That's Rogers Parrott. Snap to the quarterback out of the gun. Going to be a handoff to the near side. McIntyre, he'll get to the 10. Gain of 1, perhaps. 2nd and 9 now coming up for the Kahoks. And this Ram defense with the return of Harry Rudolph, among others, looking pretty good here early. Keyword early.
And Collinsville going to try to spread it out. They got 4 receivers, 2 to either side, just trying to create space early.
Randall, Pikowski, Wheeler, King are your defensive line. Your linebackers are Rudolph and Smith-Henson. It looks like your secondary, Crowder, Price, Mays, and I'm missing somebody here. Out of the gun, the quarterback, single back, 2 left, 2 right, the receivers. They blow past the running back in the backfield, near hash, as he'll get to the 13. That'll be a gain of about 2 on the ground. And who am I missing? I think I'm missing Staples out of the Rams defense. There's your Rams defensive starters, thanks to Hall Insurance Group in Mount Vernon.
Looks like you got about 3 there. It's going to be 3rd and a long 6. Sorry, 3rd and a long 5.
Spread here, the Kahoks. 2 left, 2 right, the targets. Lone back in the backfield, McIntyre for the quarterback, Darren Pennell. There's the snap out of the gun. 2-step drop, looking to the left side, and that's going to be complete. Nope, incomplete. It was out of the slot on a slant. And that's going to fall incomplete to the hands of Gordon. It'll bring up 4th down at about 5. Kahoks are back deep.
Well, that's good because the Rams are going to win the field position game here early as Collinsville is going to punt this ball out of their end zone. And we should get the ball in excellent field position. The returner here is he's backing up. I think he's a little deeper than I thought he would be. About the 47 is where we're going to stand to field this ball. Now moving up to the 50.
Bouret, the returner for the Rams. There's the punt from McIntyre, and that's going to take
somebody.
A Kahawk bounce to about midfield. The Rams are going to have it on their own 49-yard line. 1st and 10. The action tonight delivered by Joe's Pizza in Mount Vernon. Order a delicious pasta like their homemade lasagna and a nice salad for dinner. OrderJoes.com. They're more than just pizza.
37 yards on that punt, and 20 of it was on the bounce.
Meeting the offensive starters for the Mount Vernon Rams, thanks to Hall Insurance Group. Let them do the insurance shopping for you. Get a quote. Log on, HallInsGroup.com. That's HallInsGroup.com. Right tackle is R.J. King back at number 69 tonight. The right guard is number 68, Mason Randall. Christian Taylor handling the snaps at center, wearing 66. Left tackle, Jason Moore, wearing 59. Maddox Randall is in 54 at left guard. Tight ends are Zarian Williams, wearing 36, and number 1, Cole Timmons. Tailback is Bouret himself. Number 5, Devontae Nesbitt. Other running back is number 20, the true freshman, Josh Crowder. Jameer Smith-Henson getting a start at running back tonight. And your quarterback, new-look quarterback, the junior, Jaden Morales, at number 12. And this is going to be Diamond T set load left, and it's going to be a carry to the near side. There is Bouret to about the, the 35, maybe the 34. That's going to be a gain of about 6 on the ground for Nesbitt, who had over 45 carries, over 230 yards a week ago.
And he's going to have to carry a lot of this load, but you'd like to see some balance out of that backfield. It's hard for one guy to carry the ball 45, 50 times a game, and especially doing that for 9 weeks. So you like to see a little bit of balance back there, and we'll see how that goes. Morales looked good on that transition there, Chris.
Absolutely.
On the handoff.
Under center now on 2nd and about 5, and that's going to be Jameer Smith-Henson. Get a carry off tackle, maybe 1, possibly 2 on the play. It'll be 3rd down and short with about 9:30 left here in the first quarter. Just underway, no score. 2100 Broadway, that's where you'll find Paul Shields, Allstate Insurance, proud new sponsor of our high-definition video streaming. We appreciate Paul Shields and the Allstate team. Don't forget to get a quote.
4 down territory. You got about 2 to go here now for the 1st down, so you don't have to get it. But my guess is they will. If they run this blast play, I think they're going to go blast off this left side. Same play we opened the game with.
Between the hashes at the 32, there's going to be a flag here, maybe a motion penalty on the Rams. By the way, officials for tonight's contest are Mark Davis, Josh Williams, Wayne Taylor, Victoria Mueller, and Cameron Johnson. Had this crew a week ago at Marion, by the way.
Well,
2 weeks in a row, they could see the Rams.
Yeah, we sure did. But that call is going to go against Collinsville, Chris. That's an offside call on the defensive line. They were a little bit over the ball, apparently, when they lined up. That's an automatic 1st down for the Rams, and that puts them in business.
In business indeed. We're live from the Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois broadcast booth. They have a brand new golf cart for their athletic trainers here. Always taking care of the Rams, the Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois. Diamond tee set with Williams split to the left side, wearing that number 36. Quarterback is under center. 3 backs in the backfield, as is normal, and Bouret is the tailback, and he'll get it right up the middle. Down to about the 25-yard line from the 27. Gain maybe on a last-ditch effort to get maybe 3, but it looks like 2 on the official spot of the football to give us 2nd down and 8.
Morales looks really good right now, Chris. He's passed a little bit of a test for me anyway. His footwork is real crisp. He's not hesitant. He's getting the ball where it needs to get, putting the ball in the pocket of the running backs, and then he's carrying out his fake. So he's passed the early test anyway of being the point man of this offense.
Under center, Morales looking for the turnaround handoff.
Last.
There it is. It is to the left side. Uh-oh, on his horse. Crowder, 10-5 score. That'll be a 25-yard touchdown for the freshman, Josh Crowder. And it gets the Rams on the board, 6-0.
Beautiful.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, it's the blast play they opened the game with, and they almost broke it right off the bat. They missed one block, but that time they got it. They blocked it perfectly. They kicked out the end. They mashed down on the inside to the backer and to the interior lineman, and the hole was wide open, and that's an easy one.
And now on to attempt the PAT as Sanders. There is the snap, hold, kick. Looks like it splits the uprights clean, and it's 7-0 Rams. Let's watch that replay again. Just a blast to the left side. Crowder's able to get something. Nice gaps opened up, good blocking, and off to the races. The true freshman does the rest.
He didn't even have to block the end there. If you noticed, he ran himself right out of the play and did not contain. He's probably getting an earful over there because he ran himself right out of that blast play and made it easy for us.
And with 7:57 left in the first, the Rams score, or I don't want to say right out of the gate, but opening drive of the game, you can pretty well say that. And the true freshman gets into the end zone. I don't know why I'm saying true freshman. There's no red shirts in high school. But
no.
It is nice to point out at the varsity level that there's legitimate freshmen.
I do like the replay, too.
I'm glad.
We
did it just for you.
As a spectator and even being up here now, it's really nice to see a play. It's really hard to see everything, in football with 22 guys out there, what exactly happens when you just get one look at it. But when you go back that second time, you pick up a few things.
Had a lot of compliments on it. It's not always the easiest to remember to capture replay. That's yours truly doing all of that. So certainly do what we can. And now it'll be Truman Carnine to kick off. That 1-2 punch the Rams have in the kicking game with Sanders handling most place kicks and Carnine using that Pat McAfee leg to kick off. We'll see how they can pin him now. Or will Amari Rogers-Parrott have other ideas? That's toward Parrott at about the 5, step back 4. Now along the near hash, he's between them to the 20. 25, nice move there against Mays. He'll get to the 28. Brought down by, I believe, I thought that was Staples that brought him down. Nice return there for the Kahoks, and let's see what they can do on drive 2. 7:50 left in the first. 7-zip your Rams lead after a 25-yard touchdown run by Josh Crowder.
Yeah.
From a state champ in Class L boys basketball a year ago to the gridiron here, and scored a touchdown on a pick 6 his very first start. That was back at Waterloo. Rams only win thus far. Collinsville's 2-1. And now a fake handoff on the QB keeper here by the quarterback, Pennell, pardon me. So he'll go off tackle to about the 34-yard line, maybe the 35. It'll be a gain of 6.
Yeah, so far it's just been Pennell and McIntyre carrying the ball. It's either a give to McIntyre or it's a pull. It's a read, I'm sure, by the quarterback, and then he runs it. The receivers have yet to get involved in the running game, but I would have to think while they're motioning, they'll run some kind of a jet sweep or something like that.
Rogers-Parrott out of the flat. He'll get the catch. He's to the 40 now, midfield. Uh-oh, he may go far sideline. There's a flag deep as he got to about the 35, maybe the 36, pushed out of bounds in Ram territory. We'll see what this call is going to be. The flag is well after the catch.
I'm going to hope it's a clip, but we will see. Holding.
Okay.
It's going to come back. All right, Rams catch a break there.
So that'll still be A catch for Rogers Parrott. Let's see where the actual penalty happened. Takes it all the way back beyond midfield to the Kahawk 44.5-yard line.
Yeah, but they still gained 10 yards.
Yes, sir. So first down for Collinsville. 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Single back set out of the gun here for Darren Pinnell. McIntyre is back. Had 90 yards and a score last week. And the win against Carbondale. They've beaten Carbondale and Centralia, lost to Belleville East. Out of the gun, 3-step drop, looking to the right side. It's to the slot man, Rogers Parrott. He will make, no, it's in and out of his hands. That was right in his hands, about the 20. Then he bobbled, fell incomplete. And that'll bring up 2nd and 10 now for the Kahawks. 7-minute mark here of the first quarter. Rams lead at 7-0. Chris Hugo and multiple-time regional champion, Lady Ram basketball coach Jeff Lonan alongside. I can't keep track. I feel like it's 3 consecutive? Or did I give you one in the COVID year?
Yeah, we got one.
Or is it 4 straight?
No, it's 3.
Because you went undefeated in the shortened COVID year when there was no postseason. Lest anybody forget.
That was great, but I sure don't want to go back to those days.
No, sir. Sweep to the right side here for McIntyre to midfield. Brought down at about the 49. Tough tackle there, but it is going to bring up 3rd and about 4 on a gain of potentially 6 here for McIntyre. 3 carries, roughly 11 yards. Maybe 12.
About 6 yards.
See if the Rams defense can come up big. And good to see Rudolph back in the lineup for the Rams. They had certainly missed him. And then Mr. Club with that left-handed cast, Malik Mays, who was injured against Carbondale, the Rams' second quarterback, still out there to at least play some defense. Out of the gun here. Rams jump. Maybe Collinsville flinch. We'll see what the call is going to be. If it's against the Rams, that's a first down. And it is. We'll look for scores throughout the night. A couple of homecoming games going on. Actually, quite a few already in Week 4. Scoreboard updates are presented by Tony Wiltz, your State Farm agent in Mount Vernon. Find him around town or in that famous white State Farm Jeep. Here at 7-0 Rams early. 6:23 remaining in the first quarter. After the penalty, it is now 1st and 10 from the Ram 44. Ball in the near hash for the Kahawks. Empty out the backfield. 2 right, 3 left. The targets out of the gun for the quarterback, Pinnell. 4-step drop. He'll throw over to the top. That's going to hit the turf. And looking for McIntyre over to the top, it hits the turf, and that makes it 2nd and 10.
Well, and that all came from the great rush. I think they had automatic blitz on there. And I think anytime you see them go 5 wide like that, Mount Vernon's going to bring the house and make the quarterback get rid of the ball. And that's exactly what happened there, and he delivered a poorly thrown ball. And there was really no chance that ball was going to be completed thanks to the rush.
6:20 left here in the quarter. 2nd and 10 now for the Kahawks. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Still in the backfield. Rogers Parrott in motion. That's going to be a flip. And that will be snipped out by Marlon Price for a loss. Price followed him as all he could do was run parallel to about the 45 at around the 44. Actually, dear Matthew, that's the 46. Lost it 2. Is that a shovel pass? Does that count as a pass? Or is that a rush?
Well, it's kind of like a jet, what we would call a jet sweep, except instead of handing it off, he just pitched it to him. But it's the same. It's the same idea. Try to run like heck to the sidelines and find something and cut it up. But Rams did a good job of just forcing that out to the boundary and not allowing any yards.
Well, caught on loss of 2. It'll be 3rd and 12 now for the Kahawks. Single back out of the gun. Purnell looking to that sideline. Man's got him. Beat it. He drops it. That was intended for Reynolds up the left sideline. He was about the 10. It went right through his hands. Quarterback put it on target. And I'll bring up 4th and 12. You can't drop that.
Yeah.
Sure touchdown dropped.
Yeah, they beat us there. And he got behind our cornerback and caught a break. That should have been a touchdown for Collinsville.
Oh, boy. See what they decide here on 4th down. You give them a lot of credit. Colton Rhodes, 3rd year. He's now 19-5 overall. Taking the program to the playoffs each of his first 2 seasons after a forgettable 2020 in Collinsville. Some issues there off the field, and then he gets the program's first ever playoff win against Bradley Bourbonnais last year. Now an empty backfield he calls. Quarterback out of the gun, Pinnell.
Here comes the blitz.
There it is.
There it is,
stack
right
the
there.
box, and that's going to be a sack. R.J. King off of the edge.
Yeah, there's
turnover on down.
It's just automatic. If they're 5 wide, we're coming. And they don't have enough guys to block the guys we're bringing to the house there. And Collinsville is going to have to do something different because they cannot block that even remotely close to where it needs to be to give him time to throw.
So a big sack by King at the 6-0 farm.
How much do you lose on that one, Chris?
I didn't get.
That's got to go into the negative rushing stats.
6. They're at about the 46-yard line. And now it's at the, where are they at? The 42? I'm going to say 12.
About 12 yards, yeah.
Turnover on downs gives the Rams premium field position here. It's going to be a quick pitch to the left side. There's Boo-Ray out of the backfield. Might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage. Gain of 1 if they're lucky. 5:58 left in the first. It's 7-0 Rams. Big turnover on downs there for the Kahoks after the 12-yard sack by R.J. King III. Back in 69 tonight. Wore 82 last week, so he could be a tight end. The NFL numeric rules have not made it to the high school level. Of course, they really didn't exist at this level anyway. It's something to talk about to fill the time.
I'm really surprised they did that.
So now they will say no gain for Boo-Ray. Back out of the diamond tee here, the Rams, and confusion. Crowder's going to be stuck in the backfield and had two guys going for the ball at the same time. Miscommunication, and that's going to be a loss.
Yeah.
Crowder will take the yardage loss. Maybe about 5.
Okay, so here you're 3rd and long. You're playing with a new quarterback. You ought to be very careful here, in terms of what you're going to call and what you're going to try to ask him to do. We're ahead 7-0. It's okay to punt. That beats a turnover right here, an interception for a pick 6 or something like that. It needs to be something, a sure thing, something simple, something easy, or be willing to punt the football and play defense, which we've done quite well so far.
3rd and 14 after the 4-yard loss. 4:40 mark of this first quarter. It's 7-0 Rams, and that's going to be, I think, a motion penalty on the Rams. So that'll be a penalty to push it back on the Rams. Collinsville's going to choose to accept the penalty, trying to help their field position effort. Takes it back to 3rd and 19, 4:36 left. And we had talked about in the pregame, at least you did, Coach, that one concern with a brand-new quarterback would be these types of issues. So far, they've held on to the ball, but there has been obvious miscommunication and rhythm issues, timing.
Well, there has been on this drive, but the previous one was really good. And again, you're 3rd and almost 20 here, so be smart. Just be smart here, and don't be afraid to punt the football.
Diamond T and looking to pass. The throw will go down the right side, and that's going to be caught somehow. Up the right side, the catch, and that's going to be brought down. Cole Timmons at about the 21-yard line. First down yardage for the Rams. What a catch by Cole off of the deflection.
Blast pass. That is the play-action pass off of the blast play they scored the touchdown on. And it was actually defended pretty well. But Cole made a great play. A little bit of a deflection, I think, and he made a great play.
About a 30-yard catch.
Heck yeah. That was a good one.
I was told in the offseason Timmons had some pretty good hands, and he showcased it there. We do have the replay of that, we think. 4:10 left, first quarter. Another first down for the Rams. As back out of the diamond tee, double tight, and handoff will go to – it went right up the middle for about 5 between the hashes. Down to about the 15, but I did not get a look at the ball carry. I think it was Jameer Smith-Henson. Gain of 4, 3:40 mark. Congratulations, Rams cross country. Dominant performance last Saturday at the Carbonell Invitational. They smoked the competition 5 of the top 6 times. The entire Rams field, or I should say Rams team that entered, finished in the top half of the field. They are our Josh Finley Cutter Financial Rams of the Week. Read about it at section618.com. Get a quote for your insurance. It's Josh Finley, 814 Harrison in Mount Vernon to help protect what matters most. 2nd down and 5 for the Rams. Out of the diamond tee set here. Looks like it is Morales under center. Hands off. Uh-oh. This going up the left side. Nice spin move. That was Boo-Ray inside the 10. Spun at about the 13. Got to the 10. Nice gain for the Rams. Could be first down. It is. That's a gain of 8.
He had about 8.
That's a nice spot.
Yeah. Yeah, and I like what we're doing now. Yeah, just turn around, hand that sucker off, and run it right down their throats. We're at about the 8-yard line. I would look for that blast play again at some point here off the left side or the right side. I personally like the left side, which is the wide side of the field. we'll see what they do here.
First and goal for the Rams, 2:41 mark of this first quarter, up 7-0, but trying to add to this early King City lead. Quarterback Morales is under center here. Same three backs in the backfield for Mount Vernon. In black, and this is going to be Jameer Smith-Henson. Little trap play, as you said, inside the 5, dragging him toward the end zone. I think maybe finally pushed down at about the 1. Rams signaling touchdown. What's the official going to say?
Great call.
Maybe right there at about the 1-inch line.
20 trap, inside trap. That's the last thing they were probably looking for on the Collinsville side after having such good success with these blast plays off tackle.
So this will be second and goal from the 2-inch line.
Who got that trap, Chris? Was that Smith?
I believe it was Jameer Smith-Henson.
Boy,
Smith-Henson, Crowder, and Bourret the backs for Morales, the quarterback.
I like the balance.
Keeper, quarterback keeper, yes, sir. He's in for the touchdown.
Yep.
If they don't say he is, I will. So Morales, who has some wheels of his own, gets the Rams on the board again. It's 13-0 with the PAT pending.
Pretty impressive drive right there, highlighted by the blast pass caught by Timmons for about 30 that really got the Rams in business.
The Rams indeed in business. All the action tonight delivered by Joe's Pizza and Pasta. Don't sleep on the wings. They are delicious. If you're trying to avoid the pizza for dietary purposes, the wings are a nice alternative. Phenomenal. Kick is low. Line drive. Did it clear? It did. Just up and over. It's 14-0 Rams. 1:46 left in the first. What a quarter for Dan Minks' crew.
Yeah, it's kind of just what the doctor ordered after last week, right?
Yes, sir. 14-0 Rams. Unbelievable. For what appeared to be a nightmare in week 2 against Carbondale. Still somewhat bittersweet, of course, the Rams without Peyton McMillan, the senior quarterback. But thus far, having a pretty good run in this one tonight. I think we need to watch, if I can get to it in time, that Timmons replay. Just right side. He got back behind. It looks like it was tipped, but Timmons came down with it. That helped set up another first down run, and then ultimately ends up like this. Well, I have time to get this replay in of the touchdown. We'll take it here. Just simple quarterback keeper into the end zone for 6, and that's the difference in this one. 14-0 Rams awaiting kickoff. Amari Rogers-Parrott back.
I was just looking at the plays. Collinsville's run 11 plays, and Mount Vernon has run 10. Mount Vernon has a 14-0 lead on those 10 plays.
There's the kick by Carnine. Rogers-Parrott at about the 11, maybe the 12. Near hash, he's going to jet to the other side of the field at about the 25, but he's brought down 24. That was a fast tackle there. I think it was either Crowder or Grissom. Trying to look at the numbers.
Kickoff coverage team has done an excellent job on these 2 kickoffs they've covered.
Special teams has been pretty big for the Rams. Of course, a couple of freshman call-ups now for the Rams. As Zay Nesbitt, number 17, and David Barnes, number 40, cracking the varsity roster here tonight. Might see some special teams action. It's a Ram team that had started with 96. Injuries have certainly plagued them out of a freshman schedule. Out of the gun here, the quarterback, Pinnell. Single back set. 2 left, 2 right on the targets, and it's going to be complete out in the flat. Headed to that far sideline, down, first down maybe, at about the 34-yard line. I did not see the target. I think it might have been Reynolds. Could be a gain of about 11. I'm going to say stepped out for 9.
Number 1, whoever that is.
That is Reynolds. Not to be confused with your longtime manager and Rams fan, Brian Reynolds, who is neither eligible nor from Collinsville.
Right.
That'll get him out of the woodwork if he's watching.
I don't know if he is or not.
1:04 left here in the first quarter. 14-0 Mount Vernon leading Collinsville. Out of the gun, the quarterback, Pinnell. Back to pass, looking to this near side. Uh-oh.
Turn around.
Going to have to turn around. They do, and that's going to be Rogers-Parrott for incomplete. Good defense by Malik Mays. Turned around just in the nick of time to show he was playing the ball. It'll be 3rd and 1.
I will say this. Collinsville's not afraid to air it out, are they?
No, sir.
That's about the 3rd shot they've taken at us down the field. You know, they're trying to loosen that defense up to get that run game going, but so far that hadn't happened. interesting to see if Collinsville goes 5 wide at all, because if they do, you risk losing a bunch of yards with that Mount Vernon blitz.
55 seconds left, 3rd and 1. It's going to be a Kerry McIntyre, and he might have spun his way to a first down, still on his feet. Extra effort, just past the 35, down to about the 38. Maybe they're going to spot 30. Nope, 38. I think a gain of about 4. Or no?
It was a gain about 10. It's on this, according to the scoreboard.
Yeah, that wasn't
28 to the 38 is what the scoreboard.
That wasn't quite right. They didn't adjust it.
We'll give him 8.
First down for the Kahoks. Of course, last week, if memory serves, I believe Pinnell was 15 of 21 for 220-plus yards. Now he's going to keep it himself. Runs right up the middle. Finds running room past the 45, down to about the 47. Gain of 9 by Pinnell. 2 carries on officially 15 yards. And the quarterback getting it done on the ground as well. All the action tonight delivered by Joe's Pizza. We're thankful to have you on WMIX. We're going to hit about the end of the first quarter here. And when we come back, it'll be 2nd and short for the Kahoks. Ball is on their own 47-yard line. After 1, the Mount Vernon Rams 14, Collinsville nothing. This is Rams football from WMIX Sports and the Section 618 app.
Joe's Pizza and Pasta in Mount Vernon has lunchtime delivery for those of you too busy to get away from the office. Whether you need stacks on stacks of pizza boxes to feed the whole office, or you're looking for some fresh salad, pasta, and garlic bread for a lighter business meeting lunch, Joe's in Mount Vernon has the perfect pair for any occasion or craving. Call 618-242-2600 or place your order online at orderjoes.com and watch the People's Choice roll right up to your door for lunch or dinner.
Every body is different. Some get injured while others wear down. At Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois, your unique condition is at the center of all we do. Whether you want to compete at the top of your game, play with your grandkids, or simply enjoy a day without pain, the Orthopedic Center is there for you. The Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois. Give them a call at 618-242-3778 or visit them at orthocenter-si.com.
Follow us on social media at WMIX Sports. This is Mount Vernon Rams football.
Quickly back here in the King City, 2nd and 1 for the Kahoks from about their own 48-yard line. Running a play already as we're back in second quarter action, and it looked like got a first down, but I think a penalty is going to bring it backward.
He dropped the ball.
Oh, okay. Let's say I wasn't quite looking because I was not yet ready.
It hit him right in the numbers. Dropped the ball. Pennell's not having a whole lot of luck with his receivers so far. He had several drops. He's 2 for 7 for 20 yards. That could change in a hurry, though. We got to make sure we cover him deep.
And the
That's going to
Rams
be on us.
Yep, step offside. That'll be a first down now for the Kahoks. Oh, baby. Well, a balmy night here in the King City. Definitely a warm September evening as the sun finally down here, give way to darkness and make these lights take effect. Shining on this bright new turf at Ken Hunt Stadium. First varsity contest on, and it's definitely displayed that Ram speed. 1st and 10 now, into Ram territory at the 48. High snap to the quarterback. Pass complete in the backfield, and that is going to be trouble there.
Yeah, there it is.
There's a flag from behind as the pass would be 8 yards to, I thought, number 24, who I don't have.
Yes, that's cheating. They're going to come back. He tackled the defender out there that was defending the slot receiver.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Thorpe's Watt was the target. The hold was in the backfield, so this is coming back. It wasn't in the backfield. Okay. Well, either way, it comes back into Collinsville territory to the 46-yard line. First down and 15 for the Kahoks. Out of the gun, 2 to the left. A wing back and a halfback in the backfield. Pass into the flat. Rogers Parrott with the grab. And almost tripped up. He gets to midfield. Now to 45 to the 40. 35 still on his feet. Sideline. Gets to the 25. Cuts back. Shakes a tackle to the 15. Finally brought down at the 10. And that is a tackle by Marlon Price. And that is going to be a gain, maybe,
30
of 44.
42.
43.
About 42.
.11:07 left in the second quarter. It is 14-0 Collinsville on top. Collinsville trailing, and they're going to get in the end zone now to get on the board. Just a little off-tackle run by McIntyre from about the 11-yard line. Unfortunately, I can't really see the scoreboard here, so if I'm getting the clock, I sometimes miss action.
And when you can wing it like that and throw it, anything can happen in space, and that's exactly what just happened right there. They threw it straight out here on a little wide receiver screen and got blockers out in front. And next thing you know, they're on the board and they're in business. Yeah, they got an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, I believe, Chris, on Collinsville after the touchdown. They must be going to assess that on the kickoff. Collinsville is going to go for 1.
On for the PAT, 11:01 mark of this second quarter. Right now, 14-6 Rams on top. A snap, Rams jumped.
Yeah, we're off.
You can always decline it, unless you're going to go for 2. See what they choose to do. Technically, we already have the point on the board. I know what I would do.
What would you do?
I would decline it.
Decline it and go for 2?
No, decline it and take my point unless.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I was confident.
I misunderstood you.
Yeah, I'm sure he's confident in his special teams.
I think Chris, they're going to run the offense, and they're going to do exactly what I thought they were going to do.
That's what you should do. It's conventional logic.
They're going to try to get 2 out of this off the offsides by the Rams.
I'm also impatient, like to get things moving along.
Yep.
All right, going for 2 here, 2 to the left, 1 to the right, couple of backs. Out of the gun for the quarterback. McIntyre the handoff, and he's looked to be swallowed up, but he's getting extra effort. He might have gotten in. Nope, push back. Let's see.
What do you think?
I don't know. How good do I look now?
I don't see a signal.
No good.
No good. Unbelievable. What a stand, right?
Yep.
Well, that's a big play.
Huh.
And instead of being 14-7, it's 14-6.
How's that extra point look now?
Yeah. They're big, every one of them.
Again, conventional logic tells you to do that. Exactly what they did. 11:01 left in the second quarter. 14-6 Rams, up 8. Appreciate the support of Joe's Pizza and Pasta in Mount Vernon. Joe's caters every special occasion. Weddings, birthdays, anniversaries, baby and bridal showers, graduations, reunions, office parties, or any event where you need to feed a crowd of 5 to 500 plus. Impress your guests with amazing Italian dishes. Call or go online to orderjoes.com to start planning your perfect party menu today. Had some delicious Joe's Pizza up here a moment ago. Appreciate Seth English from the Rams Athletic Department for providing that for everybody up here. I will not be able to partake until week 9. We're trying to go 60 days without pizza, Lonan.
Oh, good luck with that.
Yes, sir. We're going trucking along so far. I've been ordering just about everything else from Joe's, though.
What day are you on?
Since August 20th. Malik Grissom on the return. Going to be reverse. It's going to be Boo Ray. Looking to break upside, but he's finally tripped up at about the 37 to dive to the 40. And that is going to be potentially a touchdown-saving tackle by number 8, Darius Williams.
I like the call.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, mix it up a little bit. Keep everybody honest. Give yourself a chance. But to break a big one there, and they almost did.
10:54 left in the first half. We'll have your quick loop of Mount Vernon halftime show coming up the break. We'll talk about the first half that was, get you some scoring and stats. Of course, the Tony Wild State Farm scoreboard as well. But right now, 14-6 Rams with 10:54. Plenty of time left in the second quarter.
Absolutely. Plenty of time for a couple more. Let's tack on a couple touchdowns and go in with a big lead. This is interesting formation here.
Same formation as last week.
Yeah, that's that.
This crew struggled with it a week ago, but the penalty is actually on Collinsville.
Yeah, they had a helmet over the ball.
They went with the beast formation. And
beast right, beast left.
Yes, sir.
That was beast right.
It was probably under cheesecloth and mothballs in the garage somewhere dating back to 1894.
You're out of my knowledge base when they get in that thing. I have no idea what's coming.
I did a lot of quick research last week.
I can
about
see a whole. There's a beast right.
Yeah.
There it is again.
And it's going to be a direct snap to Nesbitt. He's going to run right up the middle. Used it for 240-plus yards. First down on 1st and 5. Maybe a gain of 8. Another Ram first down here tonight. Big gain by Nesbitt. Back on the old field, and even up until they had turf, you always tried to get 3 yards or more in a cloud of dust, and it's right. That was about 8 yards in a cloud of rubber pellets.
You don't know, there's no dust left.
No.
But boy, this sure is nice.
Yes, sir.
I mean, what a dream to be able to play on a field like this for these kids.
1st and 10.
Counter.
East left this time. Little counter play, as he says, for Devontae Nesbitt. Past the 45 down to about the 43.
Yeah.
Gain of right at 3 for Bourret.
Yeah, they've been Diamond T most of the game, and he's decided to come out. Coach Steve McCoy's decided to come out with a little beast mode here. Try to mix it up. Let's see, the same thing. Going to go beast right again. Same formation. That's 3 times in a row.
There's a snap. Stop Bourret, they say, and he gets maybe a yard or 2 on the play. It'll bring up 3rd down.
It's just a wedge. It's what we would call a wedge. You just got a whole bunch of bodies
Kind of.
blocking one point of attack, and he's just getting in there and just kind of wallering around and trying to find something.
They replaced the wedge when the wedge was outlawed, and Yale was like, oh, my gosh, what are we going to do? How about this? It's pretty well the same thing.
It really is.
Injured Ram on the field. Certainly hope that they are okay. Athletic trainers from the Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois will tend to him. Of course, our broadcast booth sponsor. We're here at Ken Hunt Stadium tonight. 9:29 remains. Second quarter. Rams lead Collinsville 14-6. Rams hot to trot to start. Freshman Josh Crowner, a 25-yard touchdown and a good PAT gave the Rams a 7-0 lead. 7:57 left in the first quarter. Then with a minute 46 left, quarterback keeper for Jaden Morales. 1 yard out. PAT was good. 14-0. Collinsville scores on a McIntyre 11-yard touchdown run. Then had a good PAT, but an offsides penalty. They decided to go for 2, and they failed. 14-6.
I don't know if we'd mentioned this yet, but the crowd tonight is exceptional. I'm speaking of the volume of people.
Oh, yeah.
Like when I pulled in here at 6:15, there were no spots on the north side of the school all the way to the cornfield. I had to get special permission to park around back because you just couldn't find anything out there.
Injured Ram.
Unbelievable.
Senior Corey Jenkins.
All right, here we go. Back into the
beast right on 3rd down. 9:29 left in the second. 5 to go. Ball on the 41. Thought somebody might have left early, but this could be an off-tackle run out of the beast. Shy of the 35.
He's close.
He's dancing dangerously with a first down.
He's close.
The 2 sideline refs would suggest that potentially a first down, but I think they're going to have to check it.
Yeah, it's a first down. It's got to be. Yeah, it's on the line.
9:15 left. They're going to say 4th and short, maybe, or they're going to measure?
That's not. That's got to
Oh,
be.
they're measuring.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, we got it right. Love it. $9:15 left here in this second quarter.
Yeah.
First down, indeed. $9:15 remains in the first half. We'll have your quick loop of Mount Vernon halftime show coming up the break. Talk about everything first half related. Chris Hugo, Lady Rams basketball coach Jeff Lonan alongside. It's 14-6. Rams on top here in Collinsville territory from the 36-yard line. Beast again. Snap is to Nesbitt. He'll have to try to break some backfield tackles.
Shoot.
It's a fumble, and it's going to be picked up off to the races at Kahoks. This should be a no-doubter touchdown. Picked up at around the 46. We'll see. I don't see any flags, and Collinsville just gotten back within a couple on a fumble recovery.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Well, that was unfortunate.
Not what you wanted to see. Stripped there at about the 42, so it's going to be about a – let's double-check that yardage. Nope, actually at about the 38. So that's going to be a 62-yard fumble recovery for the score.
That's the one thing you didn't need to happen there.
Nope.
And it happened.
And I believe it was picked up by Chase Reynolds.
Is that who that was?
Number 1.
Yep. Now the extra point comes into play here because now, you know, if they do get 2 here, they just tie the game and they don't take the lead. So, you know, great opportunity here to preserve the lead by making a stop.
And timeout is called, taken by the Kahoks. Presented by SSM Health, Good Samaritan Hospital, advanced care close to home in the King City. 8:52 left here in quarter number 2, and Collinsville an opportunity to maybe tie if they go for 2. 14-12 on a 62-yard fumble recovery for a touchdown. That's an unofficial yardage, but we'll certainly watch it. Maybe. Just went beast ride, and you can see where Bourret is stripped and it's picked up at about the 38-yard line, and Reynolds just does the rest. There's nobody there for the Rams, nothing they can do, and easy TD there. Woof.
It's all right. Just make a play here. Keep your lead. 14-12 now if you can stop them. Get it back. Plenty of time to punch one in.
Out of the gun, single back, looking right, far corner, and now it's a sliding non-catch.
Good.
Incomplete.
Boy, I thought he caught that.
I did too. Slid from his bum and thought he pulled it down. Far corner of the end zone, not the case, and it's 14-12. Both PATs or 2 PCs have failed for the Kahoks here tonight. It's been a long time since these 2 teams have gotten together. Long time. I had the answer yesterday, but forgot to write it down. I think 1943. We're in the middle of World War II.
Wow, that's a long time.
Yes, sir. Don't think the ketchup bottle was up in Collinsville yet. Maybe it was. The ketchup bottle water tower. That Brooks Tanky Cat's up.
I've never seen it.
Oh, okay. I think it's on 159. I've had a lot of reasons to go to Collinsville. Not since 2013 fantasy football draft.
And in other news, the Cardinals are down 4-0 to the Phillies.
They announced that Ollie will be returning next year. 8:52 left, first half, 14-12 Rams. Hoping to make something happen here, and
Pooch.
they will do a pooch on side,
Good.
and that's going to be a good job to get to the knees. Ooh, that could have been a late hit by the Ram who caught it. I can't see it.
I can't either, but that was a good catch and get that ball on the ground because, you know, if we fumble that or we don't field the ball
Nettles?
cleanly, now you got Collinsville back in business again.
Oh, Nettles was out. Or was that not an 8? That's a 6.
6.
Well, it's Jefferson.
Yeah.
Good job there. I was told Nettles was out. 8:47 left, first half. Chris Hugo, Jeff Lonan alongside from the Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois broadcast booth. They have a long-standing tradition of superior orthopedic cares. It's 1st and 10 for the Rams from their own 38-yard line. Back to the Diamond T. Jameer Smith-Henson getting a carry, and that's going to be a second effort for no gain. Or maybe a loss of 1 with forward progress, but it looks like no gain.
Yeah.
Not quite the same level of speed as the rest of his backfield mates, but certainly drug it into a no gain back at the 38-yard line. Clock drops below the 8:20 mark on this drive. Streaming presented by Paul Shields, your Mount Vernon Allstate agent. You're in good hands with Paul Shields at Allstate. 2100 Broadway in Mount Vernon. Or call for a quote, 618-241-0551. That's 618-241-0551. Don't forget the area code. Diamond T here for the Rams. Morales is under center. Looks like Crowder, Smith Henson, Crowder in motion, and Bourret. Pitch set up to the left side. Maybe some running room. He gets to the hash as he's past the 40 down to about the 43. Gain of 5 on second down for Bourret. Will set up a 3rd and 5. 14-12 Rams if you're listening on the radio with 7:44 remaining in the second quarter.
And I like the wide side.
Stretch
Chris,
that field, baby.
I just do if you're going to give him the ball because there's just more room out there that he can operate. You really get crammed up over here when the ball's on the hash and you run into the boundary. You know, with a kid like Bourret, who's got such natural athleticism and speed, that extra room really helps him do his thing.
Diamond T here, 7:15 mark of the second. 3rd and 5 for the Rams.
Yeah.
That's Crowder sniffed out, and that's going to be a loss. They'll bring up 4th down. How big a loss is yet to be determined, maybe 3.
See, looks like they lost about.
Maybe not.
I don't know. Where's the ball?
Looks like maybe
2.
Yeah.
Knee must have went down.
Yeah.
Because he went down a lot farther back than that.
Yes, sir.
But that's a break.
The Rams will punt it away. McIntyre back to return. He is at the Collinsville 37. Can't fathom any trickery here. Nope.
A good punt.
Deep punt. Step back to the 27. It's muffed.
Get on
Uh-oh,
it.
trouble there as he is back to the 26. Chasing him is Randall. That's Maddox. Slips a tackle. Gets up to the right sideline. Past the 30 down to about the 34. Something out of nothing there for Ryan McIntyre, who muffed the punt at about his own 20-something. And that'll give them first down with 6:08 left in the half. And thus far, it's a 12-0 Collinsville run after the Rams hopped out to a 14-0 lead. If you've been hurt on the job, call Hannigan and McGovern at 618-241-9251. Experience you can count on, a reputation you can trust. Collinsville was in the Southwestern Conference for many a year. Stepped out of that, they're independent in football.
Yeah, we did not get a first down on that last drive, and that's just a killer for us because we can't get any time off the clock. And now Collinsville gets it with 5.5.
Bunnell on the quarterback keeper finds some running room, bobbing and weaving between the hashes, and now he's at about the 45-yard line. Second effort now, getting to the midfield. Nice cut.
Look out.
Cutting back toward the hash, past the 45, down to the 43. That's going to be a gain of 23 or so. First down for the Kahoks.
Got to get him on the ground. He's pretty shifty.
Congrats, Rams Cross Country. Our Josh Finley, Country Financial Rams of the Week. They're here to get you answers at Country Financial. Answers you need for your insurance, investments, and planning. Find Josh Finley at 814 Harrison in Mount Vernon, or you can look him up at countryfinancial.com. So we'll have a timeout. 4:58 left in the first half. 14-12 Rams. First and 10 for the Kahoks from the Mount Vernon 43-yard line, as this timeout is presented by SSM Health, Good Samaritan Hospital.
Collinsville trying to up-tempo Mount Vernon there. Hitting right back on the ball and snapping it. And Dan Mings didn't like it, called timeout, and got things slowed down.
Updating our on-screen timeout counter for you. The Rams down to 1. Collinsville. Actually, no, they both have 2. Huh. I wrote an extra one down earlier, apparently.
It's a big possession. You know, this
Huge.
halftime momentum thing there's truth to that. You know, when you go in and you're up 14-12 is a whole lot different than if somebody drives it down there on you late and takes the lead, and then you got to go to the locker room. And it's a whole different mindset in there. So this defensive stand is really, really important, in my opinion, to this halftime coming up.
4:58 left here in the first half. First and 10.
I do worry about the deep ball because they have not thrown one here in a while, and they showed they could do it early.
3 left, 1 right out of the gun for the quarterback, Pinnell.
Screen.
Yep, simple over the top, and it ends up to McIntyre for about 3. Down to the 40. So McIntyre out of the backfield. And That'll bring up 2nd and 7, 4:40 mark of the first half. We're in the second quarter from Ken Hunt Stadium, the Ortho Center of Southern Illinois broadcast booth. Again, over the top, complete. No, bobbled! Oh, in and out of the hands at the 21-yard line, intended for Rogers Parrott. That'll stop the clock with 4:35 left in the second, and oh, man, and eerily reminiscent to the opening Thursday night football game last week when Mahomes' receivers kept dropping balls. That's exactly what's happening to Pennell here tonight. He's putting them on target. So 3rd and 7. With 4:35 left in the half, 14-12 Rams. Out of the gun, single back. Looking left, into the slot. Rogers Parrott on the grab, first down, but he's brought down by Nesbitt for a gain, it looks like, of about, I'm going to say 10. Officially about 81 yards or so through the air for Rogers Parrott, unofficially. Single back to the right of the quarterback out of the gun. 1 left, 3 right. Going to keep it himself. Little quarterback keeper on the draw. Now we'll go up the hash inside the 30 down to the 25, but there's a flag at the 30-yard line.
So that could be a hold.
Horse collar on the Rams.
Horse collar, sorry, yeah.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
Well, gather up all your friends. Head to Joe's on game night. Joe's Pizza and Pasta just off the square on Jordan Street in Mount Vernon.
Well, that's a big one too, Chris. That's 15 big yards on that penalty.
Harrisburg all over Alton Marquette, 26-0. Marion trailing Christian County, Kentucky on the road tonight, 14-6. As we'll have another flag. Might have been another Rams gift. The horse collar moved it down to about the 16-yard line, but this may be coming back.
It's coming back 5. Collinsville was offsides when they lined up for the play.
3:40 remaining here in the first half. Appreciate that scoreboard update a moment ago from Tony Wilt, your State Farm agent of Mount Vernon. Local agent matters for your insurance. Tony Wilt, his State Farm team, ready to help, celebrating 15 years in the current office. 3 left, 1 right. Single back set out of the gun here for the Collinsville quarterback. Pass is going to be incomplete. Tried to one-hop one to Rogers Parrott in the flat, and it'll be 2nd and 15 now for the Kahoks. Clock will stop with 3:37 remaining in the second quarter. Still 14-12 Mount Vernon.
A lot of quick screens. Just a lot of quick wide receiver screens, trying to get a couple of those receivers in front, throw it to one of them, and try to make something happen. Those 3 are pretty athletic. When you see them go 3 on one side, like they are right here to the left, watch for that play. Or the slant inside. And, of course, what do?
Well, hook and ladder, and that's a live ball, and the Rams will pick it up. It was caught, and he tried the lateral on a hook and ladder, perhaps. And the Rams force a turnover.
Of course, after I said all that, they run a hook and ladder to the weak side. Maybe I'll just shut up next time.
I think that was Thorpe's Watt again on the catch. It should have been a catch for 1 or so.
Who intercepted the ball, Chris?
It was picked. I mean, it's a fumble because he tried to lateral it back on a hook and ladder.
Oh, okay, the ball hit the ground. I couldn't see it. But regardless, it's our ball. That's all I care about.
And so with 3:32 to work with here in the second, Rams are in business.
Absolutely.
I did not see who recovered it for the Rams. I'll have to go back and watch that later. But Diamond T set for Mount Vernon from their own 25. 3:32 left in the half. It looks like just a simple play right up the gut on a blast to about the 30-yard line. I think Jameer Smith-Henson. That'd be a gain of 5.
That's not bad. That's 5, and that's safe.
Just not close enough to see on the replay. I have a very small window to see that.
Yeah.
2:57 left here in the first half. Play clock at 17. 2nd and 5 for the Rams from their own 30-yard line. Going to have to get moving with this offense. It's not known for scoring points in a hurry. Of course, we'll have your quick loop of Mount Vernon halftime show coming up at the break. Out of the diamond tee, double tight. And that's going to be Boo Ray in the backfield, and a gain of maybe 1.5. It'll bring up 3rd down and 4. All too familiar territory for the Rams.
Well,
they were up last week and went for a passing play late. It was intercepted, set up a Marion score, and they ended up taking the lead.
And that's what they want to avoid doing here. You know, they're going to play conservative, I have a feeling, and that's okay. They don't want to make a big mistake down here on this end of the field, you know, and blow their 14-12 lead going into halftime and lose all their momentum. I think a lot of people here might want to see them speed up and go a little faster, but you're risking it. I'm telling you, you got a new quarterback in there. You got a lead in the game right now. I'd rather go in with that 2-point lead than risk something.
3rd and 4 from the 31.
Counter.
Clock below 2.
Counter.
And now this is going to be a counter run to the right side between the hashes. It's 1st down yardage, a gain of about 6 to about the 37, and that's going to be Jameer Smith-Henson again.
Yeah, that's a good play. Haven't seen a lot of counters out of this formation anyway in the first half. Saw one out of the Beast. 26.
So minute 32 left here in the first half. Can the Rams get it close enough to make something happen with a minute 25? Going to try to rely on that speed. Minute 20 left, first half. 1st and 10 for the Rams from their own 38-yard line. Ball closer to the far hash, and Morales looking back to pass. Fade pass, well underthrown, but Nesbitt comes up with it at about the 45, down to the 44. Okay, 18 yards. It went 18 yards in the air and fell 18 yards into the hands of Nesbitt. Heck of an effort.
And he's 2 for 2 for 48 yards.
Yes, sir. They'll take it. Less than a minute to play here, though, in the half, and the Rams are going to burn a timeout presented by SSM Health, Good Samaritan Hospital, advanced care close to home. And that's all you can ask for out of your quarterback. A new guy into the lineup. Morales, of course, saw some running time late last year and at running back, but now taking over at QB. And, you know, his number's been called to be the next man up at quarterback, and so far, looking pretty good.
You know, he's done a really nice job. That's not easy. That is not easy, I can tell you that. And he's done, well, fantastic. I mean, he's got him a lead. The team's played well around him. We've limited we had one turnover, one bad turnover, which wasn't his fault. That was out of a completely different formation that he wasn't involved in. So I think all in all, he's done everything he can to get the Rams to halftime with a chance to win it in the second half.
.3 seconds left here in the second quarter. Rams up 14-12 over Collinsville.
I don't know if they can run screen, but if they can throw a screen off that blast action back the other way, that would be a heck of a play right now, but I don't know if they are able to do it. Counter.
Now it is. It's right up the middle to Nesbitt. Just a gain of about 2 down to the 42-yard line.
Yeah.
All right.
You got to throw one down there and then maybe catch it and then kick a field goal, right?
We saw what happened last time. I don't know. 2nd and 9 for the Rams after the gain of 1.
I don't know.
24 seconds left, 2nd and 9. We're going to see if maybe they can break for one here. It's Boo Ray to about the 40-yard line for a gain of 3. It'll be 3rd and 6.
44.
And timeout. Brought to you by SSM Health, Good Samaritan Hospital, advanced care close to home. I think they're going to be a little gun shy on a pass attempt. But we'll see.
Yeah, got to be careful.
I'm no expert.
It is a marathon, not a sprint right now, offensively. And so far, so good. They've done very, very well. Got to think, though, with the timeout here, they're going to try to drum something up, maybe take a shot somewhere, or else they would have just let the clock run out.
Right. 10.8 seconds left, first half. 3rd and 6 from the K-Hawk 40-yard line. Ball is on the near hash. 14-12, Rams on top as we are getting close to halftime. More than likely with this running offense, one play left. And fake to Crowder and dumps it off in the backfield. It's complete to Nesbitt. Running room. He gets to the 30.
Get up.
Saw his feet 25. Almost broke a tackle to the 20-yard line inside it. No timeouts left. And that's where the first half is going in as it got down to about the 18 for a gain of 22 unofficially. 3 of 3 is Morales.
Yeah, we were out. Yeah, we sure were. Boy, that would have been sweet, wouldn't it? If we had one there and we could get the clock stopped, that would have been about a 32-yard field goal to tack 3 more on, but it just wasn't meant to be. But what a heck of a first half by the Rams. Gutsy effort.
Certainly was. We'll talk plenty more about it when we come back on our Quick Loop of Mount Vernon halftime show. Halftime score, Mount Vernon Rams 14, Collinsville K-Hawks 12. This is Rams football from WMIX Sports and the Section 618 app.
Joe's Pizza and Pasta in Mount Vernon caters every special occasion from weddings, birthdays, anniversaries, baby and bridal showers to graduations, reunions, office parties, or any special event where you need to feed a crowd of 5 to 500 plus. Impress your guests with amazing Italian dishes featuring homemade sauces from the Trupiano family's secret recipes. Order Joe's.com to start planning your perfect party menu today with the people's choice for parties. Joe's Pizza and Pasta in Mount Vernon.
Welcome to Allstate, where saving on your auto insurance is kind of like a joyride. You, your car, and an open road. Maybe your best friend, too. The music is chill, and so is the traffic. Allstate. Here, better protection costs a whole lot less. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Call Mount Vernon Allstate agent Paul Shields at 618-241-0551 first.
Allstate and affiliates offer products and services subject to availability, terms, and conditions.
There's only so much time in the day. That's why People's National Bank makes banking easy and convenient with PNB To Go mobile banking. PNB To Go allows you to deposit checks, pay bills, transfer money between accounts, view your statements, turn your debit card off and on, and much more, all on your smartphone. It truly is banking at your fingertips with PNB To Go mobile banking. People's National Bank. Member.
You want your oil change in the slow lane?
Oh, an oil change. Come back in 4 hours.
Or the fast lane?
Oil change? No problem. Pull right in here. Here we are, sir. I also topped off your fluids. Have a great day.
I guess that's why they call them Quick Lube.
Quick Lube's car care experts rival any race car pit crew. They're faster, friendlier, and cleaner than the rest. Quick Lube in Christopher and Carterville, coming this fall to Mount Vernon.
This is Mount Vernon Rams football on WMIX Sports. The Mount Vernon Quick Lube halftime show starts now.
Halftime in the King City here at Ken Hunt Stadium in the Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois broadcast booth as the Mount Vernon Rams lead the Collinsville K-Hawks 14-12 is your halftime score. You're in the Quick Loop of Mount Vernon halftime show. 2-point lead for the Rams, Jeff Lunnan. I'm Chris Hugo joining him to his right. Coach, for the Rams, obviously could have been a lot, I don't want to say worse. It's not like it's bad. They're up 14-0, surrendered 12 points to the K-Hawks, now lead 14-12. However, there was a drive going. Looked like it might have given the K-Hawks some momentum if they could score, but they tried a hook and ladder for whatever reason. Ends up with the Rams fumble recovery, and the Rams almost get themselves in position to get some points before halftime.
Yeah, and that was a gift. I mean, that was probably not the play I was expecting them to run because they were having such success to the wide side or their 3-receiver side, and they just came back and tried to trick us on the backside, and we were ready. And give our defense credit. You know, they tried to sneak one past us there, and we got a big defensive turnover, which really saved us there from going in down, you know, potentially, 6 points if they get 8 points there. So big defensive play. Special teams were very good. As I said before the break, our new quarterback tonight, Morales, was really good and efficient running the offense. Bourret ran hard. Smith Henson ran hard. The line did a pretty decent job blocking, I thought. Even Crowder. I mean, Crowder has looked really good. Crowder went for 25 for the first touchdown, so you got a little balance going on there in your backfield, which we talked about. That's always good. So there's just a lot of really good things that happened there, in that first half. So, the key now is, unfortunately, football is two halves and not one. So, we got to come back and do the same things we did here in the first half and do them even a little bit better because, that Collinsville team is going to come out and probably start winging it a little bit more. I think they found some success, and they missed some things, with some drops. They certainly could have hurt us had they caught the football, probably like their coaching staff expects them to. So I don't think they're going to get off that big passing game at all, and we can't count on them dropping balls, all the time. They're going to start catching those balls, and then when they do, we got to get them on the ground, or better yet, we defend better before the ball gets there. So I think those are keys for the second half, but so far so good for the Rams, especially after that heartbreaking loss last week, to come back and play with such heart and effort. You got to be proud of them so far.
Oh, without a doubt. I think it's the Rams team that's just as close to 2-1 as they are 1-2, or just as close to 3-0 as they are 1-2 coming in to tonight. Quick Lube's Car Care Experts rival any race car pit crew. They're faster, friendlier, and cleaner than the rest. Quick Lube and Christopher and Carterville coming this fall to Mount Vernon. We're going to take a break, come back, get you caught up on some scoring and stats and much more here on this Quick Lube of Mount Vernon halftime show. 4 SI Tile and Carpet Supply touchdowns in the first half. We'll talk about them next. 14-12, Rams lead Collinsville at the half here at Ken Hunt Stadium. This is Rams football from WMIX Sports and the Section 618 app.
Hey, y'all, I'm country music artist Drew Baldridge, and I want to share with you what's amazing about Monken Toyota. This first-class dealership offers nothing but top-of-the-line service, and there are a million reasons to buy from them. Not just including they are amazing people, and I love them to death, but they also have market-based, no-haggle pricing, express service, and most importantly, their lifetime powertrain warranty. So no appointment required. Get on down to Monken Toyota in Mount Vernon today.
I'm Michael Croshen, your Mount Vernon Edward Jones financial advisor. We're all about financial investments, but we also value the investments of time, patience, and encouragement that our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. That's why Michael Croshen of Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of the Mount Vernon Rams on WMIX. Call 618-244-5990 or visit edwardjones.com for all your investment needs. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Stop searching for your own insurance. You have too much on your plate. Just one call to Hall Insurance, and they'll find the best coverage for your needs. Whether it's home, auto, renters, boat, motorcycle, your business, whatever you need coverage on, they'll do the work for you. Then call you back with a quote, most times in the same day. Call 618-244-7500 or visit HallInsGroup.com. Hall Insurance Group, your independent insurance agency in Mount Vernon. HallInsGroup.com.
Streaming worldwide on the Section 618 app. Powered by Paul Shields, Allstate Insurance. This is Mount Vernon Rams football from WMIX Sports.
AM 940, 96.5 FM. We're live on the WMIX Sports YouTube channel and Section 618 mobile app. With Lady Rams basketball coach Jeff Lonnon, I'm Chris Hugo in the Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois broadcast booth. For your Mount Vernon Quick Loop halftime, you can get your oil changed anywhere. Some of you can even do it yourself. Choosing lifelong Southern Illinois residents, Mike and Sarah Tully's on Broadway means Mount Vernon Quick Lube is the best choice you've made for your car all day. Quick Lube coming this fall to the King City. 14-12 is the Ram lead here at the half over the visiting Collinsville Kahoks, and you look like you've configured some stats.
Yeah, very, very basic.
That's okay. Let's hear them.
I am no statistician, as you know, but I was just looking over the rushing and the passing yards here. Just to see exactly where these two teams were. Mount Vernon's rushed the ball 22 times for 92 yards for a 4.2 yard average. Collinsville's rushed the ball 10 times, only 10 times. They've thrown the ball 12, rushed it 10 times for 67 yards, but they lost 14, so their net total is only 53. So that's 53 yards and 10 carries. That's 5.3 yards a carry. Quarterback situation, Pinnell. He threw a lot. He threw 12 times, but he only completed 4 of them for 75 yards. But again, he had some drops in there, and those numbers could be a lot bigger than what they are. So he threw for 75 yards on 4 completions. Mount Vernon, Morales, the guy in there tonight, leading the football team from the quarterback position, first time ever. He was 3 for 3. for 70 yards, Chris, and that's fantastic. He had 3 big pass completions that really kept some drives alive there and got us some big chunks of yardage. So we're 3 for 3 for 70, so that's perfect. You can't ask for any more than that going into the second half. And I think what we're looking at, both teams punted 1 time. We had 2 fumbles, 1 for each side. We lost ours. They did not lose theirs. Both teams were penalized, it looks like 5 times for Collinsville for 22 yards. Mount Vernon was penalized 4 times for 30 yards. And that, Christopher, is my basic stats for the night.
They get us by, they get us through.
They got us through.
They better than what I can get. Without a doubt. Don't tell my math teachers at Mount Vernon High School that, though. 14-12 the score here at halftime. We're on your Mount Vernon Quick Lube halftime show. We have plenty more coming at you, and we'll tell you about how each of those Southern Illinois Tile and Carpet Supply touchdowns were scored when we come back. Quick Lube at Mount Vernon halftime will continue. This is Rams football from WMIX Sports and the Section 618 app.
Every body is different. Some get injured while others wear down. At Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois, your unique condition is at the center of all we do. Whether you want to compete at the top of your game, play with your grandkids, or simply enjoy a day without pain, the Orthopedic Center is there for you. The Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois. Give them a call at 618-242-3778 or visit them at orthocenter-si.com.
Never had a Culver's Butterburger? Here are the 3 things you'll want to remember. Fresh, never frozen beef. Seared after you order. Crowned with a lightly buttered, toasted bun. I guess that's why the #1 reaction to eating a Culver's Butterburger is, whoa, that is some burger.
Welcome to Delicious. And your new favorite are seared after you ordered Culver's Butterburger.
Culver's at Veterans and 42nd in Mount Vernon.
Welcome to Allstate, where you can really control your savings. Because when you drive less, you save more with pay per mile. So you're really in control of your savings. Life is good when you're in the driver's seat. Allstate. Here, better protection costs a whole lot less. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Call Mount Vernon Allstate agent Paul Shields at 618-241-0551 first.
Not available in every state. Savings vary, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company, Norfolk, Illinois.
Back to the Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois broadcast booth. This is Mount Vernon Rams football on WMIX.
AM 940, 96.5 FM, or watch us live on the WMIX Sports YouTube channel and the Section618.com mobile app. Here at halftime, Ken Hunt Stadium, the home opener against the Collinsville Kahoks sees the Mount Vernon Rams up 14-12. As we have plenty more to tell you about on our Mount Vernon Quick Lube halftime show coming up here. But first, happy birthday to Rams baseball coach Pierce Bora, 31 years young today. Of course, the all-time career runs scored leader in Mount Vernon baseball history, takes over as head coach of the baseball program. Happy birthday, Coach Bora, as hopefully the Rams celebrate with a win for his sake. 14-12 the score right now at halftime. And, of course, the Rams open it up with a couple of early touchdowns. First quarter at 7:57, Josh Crowder from 25 yards out ran it in. The Sanders PAT was good. Then Morales on a quarterback keeper with 1:46 left, which was set up by an incredible Cole Timmons grab. Sanders makes the PAT, 14 love. Then McIntyre runs one in for our Collinsville from 11:09, 11 yards out. The PAT was good, however, an offsides penalty. Collinsville elected to go for the 2PC. It failed, 14-6. And then with 8:50-something left in the half, Reynolds recovered a fumble and ran it back 62 yards. For the Kahoks, 14-12 is the score.
And, you know, we don't ever talk about kickers a lot, but Mount Vernon's been blessed with a bunch of them. But how big are those 2 kicks by Sanders on those PATs?
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, that's something people don't think about, but those are 2 points that basically have your football team in the lead right now, whereas Collinsville's been unable to convert, you know, their extra points, which is an element of the special team game. Mount Vernon's been perfect. And, you know, I think that probably goes by, you know, a lot of times you don't think about that, but those are 2 huge extra points, especially if the score holds, which I don't think it will. I think there's going to be more scoring, but still, I mean, those 2 points could come in big as you head down to the end of this game.
Without a doubt. We believe we have one more break to slip in here on our Mount Vernon Quick Loop halftime show. At halftime score, the Mount Vernon Rams 14, Collinsville Kahoks 12. We'll come back with the Tony Wilt State Farm scoreboard update. This is Rams football from WMIX Sports and the Section 618 app.
This is Keela from Body Quench. Are you ready to feel more energized, boost your immune system, conquer your weight loss goals, and feel ready to take on the world? If so, IV vitamin therapy is an easy and effective solution to get the job done. Body Quench in Mount Vernon and Salem, Illinois offers high-quality IV vitamin therapy to help you feel your best so you can be your best. Take charge and recharge. Visit mybodyquench.com to learn all about IV vitamin therapy and book your appointment today. Find us on Facebook at MyBodyQuench and mybodyquench.com.
Hi, I'm Marty Mills with Huey and Newell Funeral Homes. It's such an honor to live, work, and be a part of this great community. We want to thank each and every one of our families who trust and confide in us during a traumatic and difficult time. But more than just a business, we're your neighbor, your friend, someone you can just talk to and share life with. We're here for you 24/7, 365 days a year. We are Huey and Newell Funeral Homes, Mount Vernon and Waltonville, offering compassion, healing, and hope now and many years to come.
To our farmers, you've got us covered when it comes to harvesting what we need to sustain a bright future. And for that, we thank you. But when natural disasters strike or the economy takes a plunge, who covers you? Don't let your hard work be in vain. Make sure you're covered too.
Country Financial has always been built and ready for the cultivators of progress. We know how to properly insure you, your family, machinery, crops, and your equipment. There's a lot you can't count on in your business. I'm Nathan Farrell with Country Financial in Mount Vernon. Contact me on Facebook and count on me to bring you some peace of mind and protection for your livelihood.
Watch the Rams in stunning high definition at WMIXsports.com. Powered by Allstate agent Paul Shields.
Back in the Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois broadcast booth for your Quick Loop of Mount Vernon halftime show on this Friday night in the King City. The Rams lead Collinsville at the half, 14-12. Welcome, Mike and Sarah Tulles, owners of the brand new Quick Loop coming to Mount Vernon. They're supporting not only the King City with a new business, but the Mount Vernon Rams and Lady Rams here on WMIX. See their shop and get faster, friendlier, and cleaner service for your oil change. Opening this fall on the corner of Broadway and North 20th Street in Mount Vernon. As we're about to get started with the second half, 14-12 the score. I promised you a Tony Wilt State Farm scoreboard update. Southwestern Conference action. Looks doggone it. Yeah, Edwardsville leads O'Fallon 26-7 at the half. Saw some scores on X, which I refuse to call X, but I just did. Looks like Harrisburg all over Alton Marquette 40-0. Chester leads CZR at the half 34-8. Centralia picks up a forfeit win over Granite City. Carbondale picks up a forfeit win over Cahokia. Right now, Marion leading on the road in Christian County, Kentucky. That's the Hopkinsville area. 20-14 the score there. Scores are presented by Tony Wilt, your State Farm agent of Mount Vernon. Find him online, TonyWilt.com. Look for the white State Farm Jeep around town. Also at the half, DuQuoin leads Benton 14-3. All right. Oh, it's now 3 minutes of warm-up clock time. I thought the clock had expired and we were getting back to the action, so I rushed that scoreboard update in, Coach.
We gotta get warmed up.
Get loose. I like it.
Gotta get warmed up.
That just means more Quick Loop of Mount Vernon halftime show for everyone. As we ran down the stats earlier, that was a Tony Wilt State Farm scoreboard, but it's 14-12. Rams here at the break. What do they need to do in the second half?
Well, more what they did in the first half. Take care of the football. Don't get beat deep defensively. That throwing game has got me really worried. As I said, with all the drops they had, you got to know they're going to come back with that. And, you also have to know they're not going to drop balls all night long. So, you got to keep everything in front of you. And don't let anybody beat you over the top deep and then get them on the ground. We're going to see. I think that's probably going to be one of the biggest keys. I just feel over there that they're probably thinking they missed some opportunities in the throwing game, and they're going to come back to it. Of course, the easiest way to do that would be just to prevent that would be to get first downs, offensively from our standpoint, and then just shorten this game down this second half and only, limit them to 3 or 4 possessions and then take your chances. But, that's why it's a team game. It's just not all offense. It's not all defense. And we've already talked about how big the special teams have been. So we're going to see. It's going to be interesting. It's a good football game for sure. The people that came out here tonight are getting their money's worth.
Without a doubt.
And there were a lot of people. There are a lot of people here.
Well, they had the little dancers.
Yeah.
Which always brings out a nice crowd before the game. Increases the gate money a little bit. Not going to lie to anybody.
It's just good to see butts in the stands, though. You know, just the whole resurgence of what Coach Mings and his staff have been able to do in just such a short period of time. To me,
the turnaround started a little bit quick. More
it was
quickly.
so quick.
Yes,
you know, and I knew, you know, that he'd get this going at some point in time, but you know, I didn't know it was going to be like this. You know, and now, you know, we have lost a couple games, but we've had such bad injuries. But yet, look at the scores. We were in those games competing with chances to win. So that's what you want. You know, you just want a competitive group that comes out night in and night out and gives you a chance, and that's what we've got right now for sure, and it happened quick.
Waiting the kickoff here. Off toward the right, near the 10. Oh, it's going to take a hop and picked up now at about the 14 by Nesbitt. He has running room to the outside. 30, 35, 40, midfield. Oh, going the other way. He's at the 30. Slows down a little bit. 20, 15, 10. Touchdown. Devontae Nesbitt, 86 yards.
Wow. Boy, that's exactly what you need right there. Talk about a momentum booster to start the second half.
Unbelievable.
My gosh, is he fast.
I'm calling it an 86-yard touch kickoff return. That's a good way to start the second half scoring.
86.
Boo Ray with a boo-hoo for Collinsville. And it's 20-12 Rams. You'd love to make this PAT and make it an awkward 9-point lead.
Yeah, that's huge. That's a 2-score deal here if he makes this. Head down, follow through.
Kick is blocked.
Yeah, not his fault.
They just broke right through. No.
Yeah, not his fault. They just broke. They broke protection, and it remains 8 points.
All the action tonight delivered by Joe's Pizza and Pasta in Mount Vernon. Appreciate their support just off the square on Jordan Street. If you're craving comfort food, Joe's oven-baked specialties will hit the spot. Try the mouth-watering sausage and peppers, the chicken parmesan, or baked meatballs. Order joes.com. Your taste buds will thank you. I'm glad that we're talking about options aside from pizza. As you know, I'm obsessed.
Well, there's one sitting about 4 feet over your right shoulder. Yeah. And I've seen how many times you've turned and looked at that box.
Yes, sir.
But you have held steady.
Yes, sir.
In your refraint.
But please don't let anyone think that I'm still not ordering Joe's on a regular basis. I'm getting the salads and the sandwiches. They have an old world bread that you'd absolutely go crazy over.
I've never had
nice
that.
Italian sandwich. Oh, it's incredible. 11:47 left. It was a 13-second kickoff return for Boo Ray Nesbitt.
Special teams.
In front of little brother, freshman Zay Nesbitt on the sideline. Just got handed number 17 earlier this week. Somewhere down there is a number 40 on the sideline, unless he's in the game. Another freshman. Here is the Car-9 kick.
Good kick.
That's going to send him back to about the 6-yard line. The return going to come to the near side to the 20. 25 to the outside. Nice tackle there. Jack Kessler on the tackle. On the return by number 1, Chase Reynolds.
Yeah.
Jack Kessler, who'd make Coffee nervous, knows how to use them legs.
This is a nice job. That's hard. You know, it's hard to tackle somebody in the open field like that coming at you full steam, you know, able to make a move on you. And he wrapped up and got the kid on the ground, and now we got to play defense. Secondary, heads up.
20-12 Rams, 11:42 left. We are in the third quarter. 1st and 10 from their own 28 for the Kahoks. 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Handoff. There's McIntyre. Nice move to about the 30, gain of 2. Runs into King, runs into Grissom, runs into a whole heap and helping of Rams, including a Randall, a Rudolph, and another Randall. What a law firm you have in front of you.
There you go.
2nd and 8. McIntyre, the new kid on the block here. Yeah, bad 80s music joke for those of you who do or do not appreciate it.
Yeah, watch pass here. You're going to go 3 wide to the wide side of the field. And watch that wide receiver screen or maybe that slant inside on that inside receiver. They've liked that all night long.
3 right, 1 left. Uh-oh, step drop here.
Deep ball.
Looking downfield to the right side and has the man beat. Oh, and the one time, it looked like it might have been overthrown but brought down. Yeah. Unbelievable. Rogers Parrott, a big catch there down to the 31.
39 yards.
Wow.
Yeah. You know it's coming, and you got to do something there and try to get that ball out of his hands. I will say this, we got him on the ground.
Unreal.
Down there? Oh.
So many drops tonight for the Kahoks, and now there is a play there in the flat. Sorry, I was distracted. Paying attention whatever you were doing over there.
I'm sorry, I dropped my wallet.
Well, that's no good.
Well, and Ryan Maurer was kind enough to point that out, and I'm glad he did.
Former freshman coach for you.
Yeah.
But I don't know what the play was because my replay is not long enough to tell me. Anyhow, to bring up 2nd and 8 after a gain of 2 down to the 29-yard line. Rolling to pass, breaking through the clutter now, coming back to the near side at about the 30, going to keep it down to the 25, 20, 15, nice side stutter step at the 10, inside to the 8. That's just a quarterback keeper out of nothing, maybe a 20-yard gain depending upon where it is, 21 yards. Can't have that because they can tie it with a 2-point conversion. 9:30 left here in the third quarter. Video streaming powered by Paul Shields, your Mount Vernon All-State agent, 2100 Broadway in Mount Vernon. Call for a quote. Let's see, out of the gun here, single back. McIntyre going to get the carry right up the gut. Inside the 5, bulldozing his way. 3-2, maybe pulled down at about the 2-yard line. It's not a score.
Looks like he's about the 1.
So his gain of 7 on 2nd and goal makes it, or on 1st and goal, brings up 2nd and goal.
Well, their run game consists entirely of McIntyre and Pennell. They just do not give it to anybody else. Those other guys are going out in routes. It's at the 2. 6.
See what they come back with here with 8:38 left in the third quarter. Down 8. Touchdown and a 2-point conversion would tie it here in the third quarter. Right up the middle, McIntyre. Uh-oh, looks like he might be short. Down at the 1, gain of 1, 3rd and goal. Just simple run up the middle, down to the 1-yard line. Dancing with that end zone, though, and down to the near the goal line. When you're working to achieve your financial goals, it helps to have some trusted guidance along the way. See Josh Finley, your Mount Vernon Country financial agent. Help plan for your financial future. Sponsor of our Ram of the Week award. This week, it is Rams Cross Country. Quarterback sneak. Fumble snap. McIntyre will fall in the backfield. That'll be 4th and goal from the 5. Loss of 4 on a fumbled snap. Good job by McIntyre to recover. He knew what was coming as soon as he nudged up toward the center as if he was Tom Brady, but far from. And it'll be 4th and goal from the 5-yard line. See if the Rams come up with a big 4th down stop here. You hear the cowbells. You hear the Rams fans on their feet at Ken Hunt Stadium. Snap to the quarterback from the 10. Looking to the right side, and that's going to be that's going to be brought down on the near side, inside the 5 at the 3 on a pass complete to McIntyre. That'll be a 2-yard completion, but a turnover on downs, and it's all for naught.
Whoo, man, what a stop that was.
Big stop.
Boy, they had us dead to rights on the 1-yard line, and they can't convert.
They'll start at their own 3-yard line. On 4th and goal, that was. What a great goal line defensive stand for the Mount Vernon Rams.
It was. Now we need a couple first downs and get this ball out of here so we don't lose the field position game. You certainly don't want to end up going 3 and out here and having to punt from the back of your end zone.
So the Rams, that diamond T set. You can rest assured Collinsville will stack that box. There's a snap,
Trap.
and it is going to be a trap, as you said. 5, 6, 7, maybe the 8 by Jameer Smith-Henson. I'm going to call it about 4.5 to 5. It'll bring up 2nd down, about halfway there. Halfway to the 1st down, not the end zone. for those who are keeping track at home.
That's a big 5. I don't like it when it's down that close. You just never know what can happen. Safety or something crazy.
.6:45 left here in the third quarter. 20-12 Rams. And there is, looked like a carry up the right side. I didn't see the ball carrier for the Rams. I was actually trying to get this reestablished on WMIX. I think Crowder is going to come up a little lame. Got the call. Gain of maybe 1 or 2.
That's not good. It's not good.
So it's to the 9-yard line, where it's 3rd and 5. So now Morales will come back off of the sideline. 3rd and 5, 6 minutes to play in the third quarter. Rams 20. Kahoks 12. We're in the Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois broadcast booth. Who's taking care of your Rams? It's the Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois.
It's a big down.
Yes, it is. And it's going to be a handoff to who else but Navante Nesbitt, and he is going to be tackled for a loss. It'll bring up 4th. Loss of 1, maybe. What do you do here if you're the Rams? Punt?
Punt it.
Hope for a nice long line drive. Well, here comes the punt team on.
Yeah, you got to punt it and hope he catches it, and just knocks it down there as far as he can. I will say this, that the punt returner's heels are at the 30. Now he's backing up a little bit. Yeah, he got the 35 going in. Boy, this is dangerous. This is dangerous. This has got return written all over it. I'd punt it away from him if you possibly can.
There's the punt. Right around the 40, and McIntyre has it, and he will just manage to avoid being pushed out of bounds. 35, but he did get down. We'll have a late flag. He got down to about the 32.
It was a good punt. He punted it away over to the boundary. He just didn't quite get it far enough, but at least he didn't punt it out there in space where McIntyre can kind of juke and jive and, break a tackle, and then he's gone. See what this flag is. Oh, it's on Mount Vernon.
Yeah, it was in the back, what would have been the backfield area.
Oh, gosh.
So that's going to be a dagger. You're going to have to get another big defensive stop here. You got the walking wounded on the sideline. And you're going to need everybody you can get. Can't be committing penalties like that. .447 remains here in the third quarter. Delivered by Joe's Pizza and Pasta in Mount Vernon, just off of the square on Jordan Street. OrderJoes.com. I think we're going to have a timeout. Mount Vernon, SSM Health, Good Samaritan Hospital, advanced care close to home in the King City.
There's going to be a 15-yard penalty from the 31. It's going to take it down to...
Oh, no, my apologies. Yeah, there it is. I was just saying, I thought I saw Dan call a timeout.
He did. We have a timeout.
Yep. Take us into the huddle, Coach, as I always
36, don't do 21. Well, good question. Good question. You've been on your heels now for the last 5 or 6 minutes down here. You just came up with a huge emotional stop on the goal line, and now you find yourself trying to protect again from the 21. And again, I still think they're going to put the ball in the air at least once here and try to get us. So defensive backs really got to be on their toes, be ready to jump on the ball, watch those slant routes. And they're going to be 2 to either side here, so this is probably going to be a run. Nope, they're going to throw the slant.
A fade to the right side, and that is going to be out of the reach of number 14, Amari Rogers-Parrott. That'll fall incomplete.
Yep. Slant on the front side, fade on the back. The slant wasn't open. We did a really good job there. He turned and he just let it go to the far side flat. Fade route, which is safe because you either throw it out of bounds or he catches it, one or the other.
So 4:41 left, third quarter. It's 20-12 Rams. 2nd and 10 for the Kahoks from the Mount Vernon 16-yard line. Ball in the near hash. You'll have 2 to the right, 2 to the left. Single back, flanking the quarterback to the right, who's out of the gun. And Pennell will keep it himself, and finds running room. Just found gap after gap. Nice spin inside the 10 down to the 7. And that should be close to a first down, if not a 10-yard gain. That can't happen. Defense, the exhausted defense just let him right through. And I'm pretty sure he pressed circle for the Madden-like spin and got down to about the 5.
He runs hard. I will give him that. He's not afraid.
1st and goal for Collinsville. They were stopped once. Can the Rams do it on back-to-back drives? 1st and goal from the 6-yard line. Out of the gun. 2 to the right, 1 to the left, double tight. And this is going to be the fullback to the left, and he'll get to the 5. Maybe a gain of 1. 4.
33.
I'll say a roster whose numbers are to the right of the names, which drives me crazy. Zay Norton is his name.
Zay Norton.
And it's last name first name last. My apologies, not ripping on anybody. That just drives me insane. So it'll be 2nd and goal from the 4. They're going to give him a 2-yard gain. Norton. Not Morton, who is the subject of our sentence, but Norton, the antivirus. 3:55 left here in the 3rd. We'll have an injury timeout on the field, hopefully just a cramp. Boo-Ray does it all. 200-plus rushing yards and a single week and helping work that cramp out of his teammate. Here in the Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois broadcast booth. 3:55 left in the 3rd, 20-12. Rams hanging on by 8, but Collinsville trying to tie this one up. Looking for another SI Tile and Carpet Supply touchdown. 3:55 remains, 3rd quarter. We're in the 2nd half from the King City. Home opener tonight for the Mount Vernon Rams. Cramp hopefully is all it is, down at about the 10-yard line with a body stretch from about the 9 to the 7.5. Diagonally.
Close game.
It is. I think some thought that Collinsville might come in and dominate or be up. I think people thought the same about Marion last week. I think the Rams just kind of got a little bite taken out of them by the Terriers in the first half and really were kind of shaken up with the loss of McMillan, and I think it showed that night. But this is a Ram team that could just as easily be undefeated as they are 1-2, looking to get to 2-2.
Absolutely.
How good does it feel to be able to say that? Like, just the opportunities to be there.
Yeah, you can't do it till you're there. And, when we say about doing it, I'm about making the playoffs. And, it's too early in the season to really talk about that right now. But, we just got to keep giving ourselves chances, which is what we've done. And, this team deserves a win tonight. They really do. After the last couple weeks and what they've had to go through and endure in terms of adversity, it'll be disappointing if they can't come out of here with one. I know that they've worked very, very hard this week and put a lot of eggs in this basket in this game, because I think they are very, very hungry. They're not used to losing 2 games in a row, Chris. That hasn't happened since he's gotten here last year, Coach Binks. So it's something that's losing 2 games in a row.
Oh,
Did we lose 2 games in a row last year? I mean, outside of the.
Oh, okay. I was going to make a smart comment about,
you know what I mean.
You know what I mean. When they were taken away.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yes, sir.
But they're hungry for this one, and they deserve a victory tonight, and they're playing like it right now. Let's just hope it continues and works out. Let's get a big stop right here.
Absolutely. Rudolph was the hopefully just cramped up Ram on the sideline. Big loss defensively. 2nd and goal from the 4. With a man in motion, it's Norton. Quarterback going to keep it himself. Runs right through. Hot knife through butter for the touchdown. Just let him right through. It's 20-18.
But Collinsville still has to pull this 2-point conversion off to tie the game. So those 2 big extra point kicks we talked about are still up there on the board.
Uh-oh, there's laundry on the field.
Yes, there is. They're going to move this way back.
So no touchdown.
No touchdown, right? Wow.
So my apologies. I looked for laundry. I didn't see it. Same can be said about me at home. 3:51 left. Third quarter. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 16.
10-yard penalty. Okay.
Out of the gun here. Single back set. Rolling
Blitz.
to the right side. And Aiden Weems with a sack. Wow. Weems out of nowhere pushes them all the way back to around the 30. And instead, they're going to spot the 27. That's a loss of 11, ladies and germs. Aiden Weems. See if we can watch that one real quick, because that'll bring up 3rd and goal from the 28. Let's watch this play developed. Whap! He got developed.
Huge play.
Absolutely.
By the Mount Vernon defense. And now Collinsville has their heels way back. And they got to do something here because it's 3rd and 28.
Third and goal for the 28.
Ball.
Fade
Ball.
over the top. Tipped away by Malik Mays. They were looking on the right hash. Out of the slot, Malik Mays comes up huge. Backs it away. Fourth down.
Great play. He read that ball. He jumped up. He knocked it away. He didn't try to do anything too much. Just make the play, and he did.
Boom, right there. Just slaps it away.
Yep.
That might have even been the cast club on his arm. 4th down and goal. So 4th and goal from the 28-yard line. 3 to play in the 3rd. They're going to go for it. 20-12. Rams up 8. Collinsville needs to score, but we're just in the 3rd quarter. 3-step drop. Quarterback looking to the right side. Fade flag, and that is going to be almost picked off. Picked it off in the end zone.
Yeah.
Malik Grissom. That's one you want to let go, though. But that's all right. Young freshman excited in the moment. On 4th down, you kind of just want to bat that one away for the 8 extra yards of field position, but they'll take it from the 20. And let's see that one again.
What a play. What a play. Because you know what? Either one of those guys could have come down with that ball. I mean, it was right there for the taking.
What a big defensive stand for the Rams.
Man, oh, man. 2 big stops now by the defense down here. When it looked like both times Collinsville just knocking on the door, can't execute and get the ball over the goal line against the Rams defense. Unbelievable.
Looks like beast right here for the Rams. Nesbitt, the quarterback. And actually, essentially, I think a halfback in this offense. Gain of 1. May not quite get the love that it may have gotten a week ago, because there was video archive online. Not ours. We archive ours to not leave our coaches at a disadvantage, but I know there was other video online from last Friday night's game, so it may not be as easy to pull off now. But they do give him 2 on the play for Boo-Ray. All the action tonight, every night, is delivered by Joe's Pizza and Pasta. All kinds of appetizers as well. They also have a delicious cannoli. Great with a cold glass of milk.
Do they have a first down? Because that's what we need right here.
Need to go to orderjoes.com and find out. Beast left. Beast right, rather. Nesbitt on the high snap. Corrals finds some running room as he gets to the 25, down at 26. Gain of 5 for Boo-Ray, and it'll be 3rd and 3.
It's 50 tough yards he's gained so far tonight. I mean, they've been tough. This Collinsville defense is not they're no slouches. They will come up and hit you, and they will cover gaps, and they're pretty sound.
So 3rd and 4.
We get 4 yards here. We can run this quarter out.
Yes, sir. Minute 25 to be exact here in the 3rd. And it's going to be back to Nesbitt. Beast left, and he's going to be swallowed up for a loss. Maybe to the original line of scrimmage, back to the 21. Maybe to the 20. Just The Beast is, yeah. Well, they give him forward progress. Only for a loss of a couple, maybe?
Apparently so. I thought he lost 5, but it looks like he just lost about 2.
So 4th and 7 now. Less than a minute play here in this third quarter. 20-12 score. As the Rams are going to punt. On 4th and 7. McIntyre at about the Collinsville 47. Now he backs up. Blocked punt. Uh-oh. The Kahoks are going to recover up the right sideline at about the 8-yard line, and they have great field position on the blocked punt. He'd love to have that one back. They picked it up about the 12 and ran it down to about the 8.
And once again, the Mount Vernon defense has their backs up against the goal line. And can they do it 3 times, Chris, and keep this Collinsville team out of the end zone? You're asking a lot. You're asking a lot. We've got to pick up a couple first downs offensively to take this pressure off the defensive side.
Looking for an SI Talent Carpet Supply touchdown. They probably already asked too much of this defense. 1st and goal. Quarterback keeper of the right side, and they will find him at about the 9 and bring him down for a loss of 3.
They got him.
So that'll bring up 2nd and goal from about the 9-yard line, as I would assume time will run out on this third quarter. 7 seconds left. Let's just go down to the other side. We're after 3 in the King City. The Mount Vernon Rams 20, Collinsville Kahoks 12. This is Rams football from WMIX Sports and the Section 618 app.
Craving comfort food? Joe's Pizza and Pasta in Mount Vernon has oven-baked specialties that will straight up hit the spot. Try mouth-watering sausage and peppers, chicken parmesan, or baked meatballs. Stop by 819 Jordan Street, just south of the square in downtown Mount Vernon, or go online to orderjoes.com. Joe's Pizza and Pasta in Mount Vernon's oven-baked goodies. You won't want to share. Trust your taste buds will thank you.
Welcome to Allstate, where saving on your auto insurance is kind of like a joyride. You, your car, and an open road. Maybe your best friend, too. The music is chill, and so is the traffic. Allstate. Here, better protection costs a whole lot less. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Call Mount Vernon Allstate agent Paul Shields at 618-241-0551 first.
Allstate and affiliates offer products and services subject to availability, terms, and conditions.
Back to Mount Vernon Rams football on WMIX, delivered by Joe's Pizza.
20-12 Rams as we head to the start of the fourth quarter in the King City, but a tough defensive spot here for Mount Vernon. 2nd and goal from the 9 for the Kahoks as they move left to right, moving toward that north end zone. We'll put a fresh 12 on the clock, and away we go.
Oh. What's that little slant in there? Okay, they're going to run it.
Run it to Zay Norton, and he got maybe a couple at best. We'll see where they spot, maybe down to the 7. Gain of maybe 2 with 11:48 left in the ball game. Looks like they do. Gain of 2 for Zay Norton, the fullback.
Collinsville just seems to want to run the ball when they get down here inside the 10 and not really open up that passing game. I don't know if they just don't feel comfortable passing it with that little space, or whether they may have something coming for us here. 2 to either side.
They spread it out with Norton in the backfield. Looking out of the slot, and a nice screen, and it'll be complete into the end zone for the touchdown.
I was afraid of that.
6-yard completion to number 1, Reynolds. Could see a catch there. They've been struggling tonight. Not good if you're a Rams fan. I've just been good in general football commentary.
Pennell's now thrown for 124 yards unofficially. That is his first TD. Okay, we're back to the special teams extra point game again. Got a 2-point deficit. Let's see if they can convert or if the Rams can hold them out. Big play right here, Chris.
Indeed it is. Out of the gun, back is to the left, and the carry is going to go fullback.
Down.
Norton looks like he's down short. I do not believe that he made it in. They say he made it.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
White had signal down here, but I mean.
I think his knee. Hold on.
Nope, now they wave it off. I was going to say, this can't be Cahokia all over again. Woo. So it's 20-18 now. Here in the fourth quarter, 11:15 left. Streaming presented by Paul Shields, your Mount Vernon Allstate agent, 2100 Broadway. You're in good hands with Paul Shields, Shields Insurance.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
This is a good one.
I was like, there is not a single fiber of my being that thought he made it into the end zone for the two-point conversion. We were getting ready to roll back, replay, and go to the monitors. But we didn't have to. They worked together to get the call correct. Only a few more conversations have been had last week.
Well, the bigger question now is the Mount Vernon offense has gone stale and has not been able to move the ball here in this second half. And it'll be interesting to see what they can do here to pick some first downs up and get this clock rolling, because we just can't keep giving Collinsville opportunities with Pennell back there winging it in that passing game. And then their running game has been pretty darn good, too, here in this second half. Despite the great defense by Mount Vernon, you know, how much can you expect from them? You know, so let's just see what happens here and see if we can pick some yards up. That's a pooch.
They're going to let it go out of bounds at about the 18. Flag on the play. 11:15 left in the fourth. 20-18 Rams. They'll have decent field position to start on the kick out of bounds, the illegal procedure penalty. The Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois, a long-standing tradition of superior orthopedic care, taking care of your Rams tonight as well. We're in the Orthopedic Center broadcast booth. 11:15 left in the fourth quarter, 20-18. Rams hanging on by 2, and you can thank the two-point conversion failures of Collinsville that are keeping the Rams on top.
And those 2 extra point kicks by Sanders in
Yes,
the first
sir.
quarter. I mean, you can't downplay what those mean right now in this football game. Rams going to get decent field position here on the penalty on the out-of-bounds kickoff back to the 35.
Try to answer that SI Talent Carpet Supply touchdown a moment ago by the Kahoks. It's 20-18. Rams up 2. 11:15 left here in the fourth quarter. 1st and 10 from their own 35 after the illegal procedure penalty.
Yep.
7 on the play clock, down to 5.
Got to go.
Load left. There's a snap, and it's going to be a pitch to the left side. They got it off. They're going to call a false start.
Well,
what would you expect?
Yeah, I saw that coming. I will say this, though. The referee in the middle of the field, Chris, has his own watch. The play clock is for the benefit of us and the fans.
Right.
And you know, it's very possible, and I'm sure this happened, his watch went off, even though the play clock was down here to about 1.
Well, it was a false start after all of that.
Oh, all right.
1st and 15 for the Rams now. It's going to be an inside handoff.
Get up.
Nice bounce there by Nesbitt. He's to the 40-yard line, now to 45 as he's brought down. Gain of roughly 16 as he gets down to the 46. On the ground for Bourret.
Just tough yards.
That'll move the chains, and that's what the Rams need. 10:55 left in the fourth quarter.
16 yards. That's such a big play right there, considering the struggles we've had offensively.
If you've been injured, call Hannigan and McGovern at 618-241-9251. Experience you can count on, a reputation you can trust. Not sure if there's anything they can do for some of these Rams. They've been banged up this year.
Yep.
But 10:30 left in the fourth. 1st and 10 Rams. Ball on their own 46-yard line on the near hash.
Yeah, and they're back to the diamond, and I like this. Just get back to what you do. I'm going to go load right. Probably a pitch. Nope, it's going to be a blast.
And that's going to be a loss of 2 to 3, 2nd and 8. Definitely some steps forward, then a few steps back tonight for the Rams. Playing on this turf for the first time, though plenty of the other places they play now have turf. In fact, the Rams have not been on grass this season. And will only play on grass one time this year.
I tell you, natural grass is going out the door. It really is.
Centralia's gotten turf without me knowing.
Yeah.
2nd and 12 from the 44-yard line. 9:40 left to play in the fourth. Pitch to the near side. Running room. There's a gap to midfield. Up this left side. Gain of 6 on the ground for Bourret. So it's a net gain of 4 when you factor the line of scrimmage. That'll make it 3rd and 6 for the Rams.
I just like him out in space. I know they're handing the ball off to him up inside, but he's so athletic and so fast. Now, you got that was into the boundary there, but now the wide side's going to be out to the right. Let's see if they give it to him in space again and let him work out there.
See if we drop below the 9-minute mark. Of course, anytime you see cramps, my mind immediately goes to dehydration, and if summer's left you dehydrated, Body Quench of Mount Vernon and Salem offers a high-quality hydration drip infusion to help you hydrate in one step. MyBodyQuench.com. 8:49 left in the fourth. This is going to be a carry to the near side, midfield, and Nesbitt has to help take down the guy, which is the quarterback, Pinnell, at about the 48 in Collinsville territory. So it ends up as a gain of 2. It'll be 4th and 4. What do you do here?
Punt. That's what I would do, but something tells me that they're not going to, that they're going to go ahead and roll the dice.
Player of the game, sponsored by your Mount Vernon Culver. Stop by for a big juicy Butterburger, curds, pretzel bites, or even a delicious frozen custard. Ooh. Nice night for a frozen custard. Veterans in 42nd and Mount Vernon. 8:44 left here in the fourth quarter. 20-18 score.
Okay, big down here. You're really rolling the dice here out here at midfield at 4th and 4. Let's see what can happen here.
So this will be a carry to the near side. Nesbitt still on his feet. Looks like he dives forward for a first down.
It's going to be
He's
really,
close.
Really close.
To about the 44-yard line. Make that the 44 in Collinsville territory. This is going to be spot dependent here. This looks like a pretty favorable spot for the Rams, and from here it looks like maybe.
Oh, Chris, it's going to be I'm looking at the ball, and I'm looking at the stick.
Tough to tell from my perspective.
And it's going to be...
Even you just a few inches to my left.
Yeah, I'm right on it. It's going to be close.
Big fourth down measurement here with 8:30 left in the fourth quarter.
This has to go first down. It has to. Come on now.
It's close. They're in my way. I can't see.
Nope.
Turnover on downs. Inches short.
Boy, that was close. I was worried when I looked at that. Just an inch. Okay. Mount Vernon defense got to step up, Chris.
Yep.
They've done it all night long. They got 8 minutes and 30 seconds to go. Make one big stop here and get this ball back.
Well, Kahoks will take over. 8:30 left in the fourth quarter. Chris Hugo, Jeff Lonan alongside. The Kahoks trail by 2, 20-18 Rams. 1st and 10, Collinsville. Ball on their own 44-yard line on the near hash as the Rams are just inches short of a first down. We'd show it to you again, but the official's leg was in the way from our perspective. Out of the gun here, flanked to his left by the running back. Rams give chase out of the box. This one's going to be well overthrown, and maybe a pickoff here. Does he hang on?
He did.
Grissom hangs on. Holy cow. INT. Unbelievable. And let's see that one again. First play from scrimmage after the turnover on downs. It's a heave to the left, and Grissom outleaps everybody to make the play.
Well, he threw it right into double coverage. The Rams were right there with 2 defensive backs and made the play. Great job, defense. Now, Chris, the offense has got to move the ball.
Correct.
Get it out of here because we're in a bad spot down here in terms of the field position game. If we don't get a first down here, we can't go for it on 4th and 4 this far back into their territory, or into our own territory, excuse me.
Look for some Tony Wilt State Farm scoreboard updates throughout the night. We can tell you that Centralia wins by forfeit over Granite City. Carbondale wins by forfeit over the Cahokia. 8:21 left here. It's going to be a pitch to the near side for Nesbitt. Running room as he's to 25. That's a hole. He's to 35-40. Now midfield, near side 45, 40. He may be gone. 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown. Boo-ray. 79 yards on the ground. Devontae Nesbitt, quick pitch left, and the QPL equals 6.
Just that toss play. He got it out in space. And when he can get it out in space and see the field, he can make some things happen. Great job by the line, by the way, on that side. I think they blocked that very, very well. I didn't see everybody, but I know the key blocks got taken care of on that toss play. They sealed the inside of the hole, and he was able to get into space, and that was it.
That's all they needed. We await the PAT. I better get out of this replay. We'll finish that in a second. Here's the kick. Up, and did it sneak over?
Yep.
That might have just snuck over. Sorry for interrupting the replay. I didn't realize they're going to get to the kick that quickly. We'll watch it again here in just a moment. In fact, we have time to watch it now. Nesbitt from 79 out.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Just out, just a foot race. Nesbitt wins it. Wow.
Boy, how bad do we need that?
Massive. Top of the hour, WMIX Mount Vernon, a free service from Withers Broadcasting. 27-18. Rams on top.
Well,
oh,
but
boy.
More importantly, it's a 2-score game. We finally got a 9-point lead instead of an 8-point lead.
If he wasn't over 100 before, he sure as heck is now.
Well, that's good. Yeah, I'm going to look at that. What's 79 plus 74?
153, according to my math.
All right, that's what I got.
I'm far from a mathematical genius. 27-18, Rams up 9. Where you want to be. 8:08 left in regulation. All the action tonight delivered by Joe's Pizza and Pasta in Mount Vernon. That sweet secret sauce goes well with some cheese sticks or some cheese garlic bread. Not to mention every Chicago-style pie they crank out of the place. It's like living in Cook County. Joe's Pizza and Pasta in Mount Vernon.
Woo, what a night.
Carnine's kick, a boomer toward the near side. And they're going to go ahead and take it. That is Rogers Parrott coming up the near side. Uh-oh. He's at the 30. Going to have to catch up to him at the 40. Uh-oh, horse collar about the 45. We'll see if they wave the flag. Looked like it was almost a horse collar.
Well, sure
by
did.
opinion, not by fact. And it'll be 1st and 10 from the 45 with 8 minutes on the clock for the Collinsville Kahoks. If you're wondering, hey, why aren't the Rams playing the Althoff Crusaders tonight? One, if Althoff had stayed in the conference, they won't be playing each other this week anyway. The schedule totally turned around. Granite City and Collinsville signed a 2-year deal to play all the conference teams, all the South 7 teams. Talk of maybe these being conference games. They are not. And then the schedule got turned upside down. So that's why you have Carbondale week 2 instead of 6, Marion week 3 instead of 5. Althoff would have been next week, but out of the conference, off of the schedule. Now quarterback keeper up the middle, and there's Weems again to swallow him up. Maybe a gain of 1 at best for Darren Pennell. It's either Weems or Maddox Randall. My apologies if I misidentified.
Pennell's attempted to run the ball 8 times tonight. He's got 23 yards.
So now it's
That's
2nd
a net
and 8.
of 23 yards. He's gone forward several times by a lot, but then he turns around and goes backwards thanks to the Rams defense.
Absolutely. 7:25 left in the fourth quarter. 2nd and 8. 2 left, 2 right. Out of the gun, Pennell. Looking for the quick connect. There it is. Out of the slant, and that's going to be a tackle. Near midfield at about the 47 in Mount Vernon territory. I think the tackle.
About 9 there.
Yeah. It's definitely saved a first down by Jashawn Staples. So now, 3rd and 2 with 6:52 left. Rams hoping for a stop. Out of the gun. McIntyre to the right of the quarterback, Pennell. And this is going to be a tough snap or tough handoff, but Pennell recovers. Off tackle to the 40 on a nice run and a gain of 7. That's something out of nothing for Pennell, and that can't happen. But this is an exhausted Rams defense that's come up big in so many ways on this Friday night.
And I would have to think it's an exhausted Pennell.
Yes. He's playing both ways.
Well, he's done it all tonight for sure for Collinsville.
1st and 10 from the Mount Vernon 40. Between the hashes on the spot, he's going to step back, looking to throw over the top. And that one's going to be almost picked off. It is by Bouray. Still on his feet. He's coming to the near side now at the 35.
Get up.
To the 40. Nice block. He's at midfield. He's going to have to get out of bounds at the 40-yard line. Great play by Bouray to step out. And let's see this one develop. Just over the top, over the middle. There's Nesbitt to step in the way. And, oh, man, the South 7 Conference Basketball Player of the Year. Just a heads-up move. He's winded. And the INT return takes him to the 40. And it's going to be the Ram defense that may win this game tonight.
Ooh, I'd say so.
I know you're an offensive guy, special teams guy. You got to appreciate this defense, though.
Huh. There's nothing like it. It can make it awful easy on you when your defense is playing like this. I'll tell you. 3 picks of Pinnell, all in real high leverage situations where the game's kind of on the line.
That's about a 40-yard INT return, too. Maybe.
It's good stuff.
Yes, it is.
Now we got to run clock.
6:05 left. A Nesbitt interception. Unreal.
Trap.
That's Smith Henson for off-tackle run of 3 up the left side. I've been writing the INTs down on the stat sheet for the quarterback. That's going to affect his percentages. 3 interceptions tonight for Pinnell.
Yeah, that's what I've got.
5:40 remaining here. 2nd and 7, ball in the near hash. It's at the the Collinsville 37-yard line. Delivered by Joe's Pizza and Pasta. 27-18. Rams hoping for another SI Talent Carpet Supply touchdown or just to run out the clock. Whichever comes first.
I think ball's coming left here.
Uh-oh. Fumbled snap, and Morales did a great job to pick it up and drag the guys for 3 yards.
Okay.
It's not pretty and it's not what you want, but you like the finish as opposed to the beginning. Oh, they don't give him the yardage I would have. What else is new?
Clock's now inside of 5, and that's good. Right now you're looking at that play clock, and you're saying, hey, look, we're not going to snap this ball until that play clock's down inside of 5 seconds. Just milk every second you can off that clock. Got to hurry here. Plays in at about 11. Got to hurry.
Tony Welch, your good neighbor State Farm agent. Find him around town in that famous white State Farm Jeep. It's 3rd and 5 with 4:30 left.
Got to hurry.
From the 35-yard line, pitch coming to the near side. Nesbitt's tripped up at about the 36. Maybe a slight loss here. Loss of 1 will bring up 4th down.
Well, they snapped that right at the zeros on the play clock. They got every second out of that they could.
4th and 5. 4:06 remains. Rams are up 9.
Nesbitt's on his 23rd carry of the night. Next one will be 24. But he's done it all over on both sides of the ball.
3:40 remains here in the 4th quarter. 27-18 Rams.
Gonna let this run and then call timeout. Yep, there we go.
That's an SSM Health timeout. Advanced care close to home in the King City. Very quick congratulations to Rams Cross Country. Won the Carbondale Invite a week ago with a 19. 5 of the top 6 finishers in the Invitational. They ran on the SIU course. Josh Finley, Country Financial Ram of the Week. Go to section618.com to read more. Hover over features. Click on WMIX Sports Ram of the Week. It's all sponsored by Josh Finley. And when you're working to achieve your financial goals, it helps to save time. It helps to have some trusted guidance along the way to help you save time. See Josh Finley, your Mount Vernon Country Financial agent, to help you plan for your financial future. 9-point game here in the 4th quarter. Rams on top. 3:33 left. And let's see how the Rams fare here coming out of the SSM Health Good Samaritan Hospital timeout. Boy, oh boy. Rams blasted Waterloo 55-21 healthy. 23-10 loss at Carbondale. I think it was 20-14 or thereabouts last week against Marion.
And the Rams are going to just try to get this clock taken care of and get out of here with a win.
4th and 6 from the 36. Going for it here. This is going to be definitely a counter. This is going to be Marlon Price. Oh, baby, he's going to break for it. Between the hashes, 10-5. Touchdown! Oh, baby, Marlon Price. Where you been? 36 yards for pay dirt. Marlon Price. Like a fish out of water into the end zone, and it is 33-18.
Yeah, that play is timeless, Chris. It's such a good high school play. You know, you run that blast and you run that pitch, and the defense just starts to chase. And then you just stick them with that counter coming back the other way.
That's going to be a little short. I don't think that one's got the distance. The PAT is no good, 33-18. $15-point lead for the Rams. 3:24 left in the fourth quarter. The first time these two teams have played in 80 years. Looks to be going the way of the Ram.
And we finally have some breathing room.
Yes.
I guess we had a little when we were up 9, but you worry with that passing game that they could, stick you for a couple long ones real quick, and then, you're fighting for your lives. But, boy, that's a great insurance TD right there on a great play call by offensive coordinator Steve McCoy.
Another Southern Illinois Talent Carpet Supply touchdown. Find them 513 South 10th Street in Mount Vernon or call 618-244-1500. Don't forget, you got to dial the area code now. Have to in the 573 as well. You really have to do it everywhere before long. 3:24 left in regulation. 33-18, Rams on top of these Collinsville Kahoks. The kick is tailing toward the near side, and it looks like Rogers Parrott going to pick it up at the 9. He's to the 15, gliding to the 20 between the hashes. Now looking to the outside 30.
Outside, work it inside. There you go. Good.
Past the 35, and a penalty flag at the 35 as he's down at the 37. With 3:13 left.
Oh, that's going to go against Collinsville. It's their 7th penalty of the game.
Oh, rock shot Kahawk penalty there. So this is going to come back. 3:13 remains in the fourth quarter. Collinsville will have it 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory, a little bit deeper anyway. Well, your Body Quench postgame show to follow this on what as of now would appear to be a potential Ram victory. Rams got to get 6 wins this year. 5's not going to do it. Well, yeah, it could. 5 makes you eligible, but 5 teams is not going to get you in the conference championship berth. That's what I was trying to get to. Pass into the flat, complete. Rogers
That's a
Parrott.
pass.
That is. It's a pass out of the backfield, and that's going to be complete to McIntyre. Uh-oh. Up the left side. He's to the 35. Not tripped up to the 20. 15-10. Touchdown. 76 yards. Oh, boy. Not over yet.
Who threw that?
That was actually...
That was a good ball.
I believe Chase Reynolds. Okay. Everybody's kind of shell-shocked on that one. 33-24, 76 yards. So Pennell hooks up with Chase Reynolds. Who then
hooks up with
McIntyre.
Yep.
Going for 2, looking to the right side, and that's going to be dropped. Unbelievable. You can't drop that, but it was dropped right on target. And unfortunately for the Kahawks, Rogers Parrott can't come up with it. Drops it walking into the end zone. Oh, wow. Well, it takes a bit of the pressure off, but you're going to need the hands team to step up here. And look who I see. Zay Nesbitt, David Barnes. That's all hands out there right now. Almost quite literally all hands on deck. Dan Mings talking to his hands team right now. Jefferson. Zay Nesbitt. David Barnes. Cole Timmons. Deshaun Staples. Jack Kessler. What else we got? We got both Nesbitts. And a Drew Wheeler.
Oh, yeah, you got to get this one.
So let's see. Kessler, Barnes, Morales, the hyphen, Jameer Smith-Henson. I think we got everybody now. Rams ready for the onside kick. 3:01 left in the fourth quarter. Potential onside kick here. 33-24 the Ram lead after a SI Talent Carpet Supply touchdown. 76-yard variety for the Kahoks. However, the 2PC no good. Last thing they needed. Still down 9. So this will be a worm burner. Uh-oh, and somebody's going to have to dive on it. And Collinsville has a chance at it. It's still loose. Picked up maybe at about the 40-yard line. The Rams failed.
They've got it.
That is recovered by, again, the toughest roster to read on the planet, Nelson for Collinsville. And they will have it at the Mount Vernon 40. Now the officials are going to talk about it. So we got flags. Maybe offside. Or false start, whatever. Whatever they're going to call it.
What a break there.
Huge break.
Ooh, good.
So the flags come in late. And the legal procedure penalty is going to negate all of that. As they're explaining it now, over on the opposite sideline to Coach Rhodes. What a turnaround Collinsville's had under his tutelage. Rams lead is 33-24, 3:01 left in the fourth quarter. And they're going to have to do it all over again. Colton Rhodes not happy. He wants an explanation for the white hat. Good luck with that. So he's trying to plead his case.
He sure is. He's out there right about the hash mark. And he probably needs to, I know, he's upset.
.301 remains in the fourth quarter here in the King City from the Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois broadcast booth. Looking at that big, long, beautiful golf cart now. Not used for golf, but it also has kind of a stretcher on, not a stretcher on the back, but like they have in the pros. What a nice addition to the OCSI team. So they'll do it again, but they'll do it from further back.
He's not done. He's still chewing on him over there.
Somewhere on that sideline in a white polo, Dan Mings is thinking to yourself, I know, brother.
I've been there.
I feel you. Just 168 hours ago. I was right where you were. 3:01 left in the fourth.
All right, so now the next thing is they're going to do this again, right? So
yes, so be ready this time.
Get on the ball at all costs.
Yep.
Just get on the ball and cover it, and you're going to go home a winner. The last thing we need to happen is for them to get their hands on the ball again with big play potential like they have.
And here it comes. They tried again. This time, through the hands of Kessler, but it looks like he might have gotten on it, but it still looked loose at midfield. They're going to peel them off.
Boy,
the 3:01 mark. Let's see. Still don't really see an indication. They're peeling them off. Kessler has it. Of course he does. A wiry little son of a gun.
He got it. They kicked it at him about 92 miles an hour, and it hit him, and he got it and got on it. And it's Rams football.
It did take a Collinsville bounce off his pads, but he was quick to recover take care of business.
Yeah, I will give that kicker credit. He kicked 2 really, really high-quality onside kicks there. That's hard to do. And he gave him a chance twice.
Kahoks 3 timeouts, Rams 1. Not that the Rams timeouts right now are really a factor.
It would be sure nice to get a first down here and get rid of this clock.
Ball is near midfield. 1st and 10 out of the diamond tee, load left with the tailback, and it's going to be not a lot of running room. They are all over Nesbitt, who got to about the 45 on a loss of 5 or so. If they spot any further back than that, then there's problems. Nope, they're there. So a loss of 5. Keeps the clock running. Collinsville saving their timeouts just in case.
That's his 24th carry for 147 net yards.
Nice.
Rams now just going to let the play clock go down to about 5, and then they'll look to snap it inside of 5.
Down to the 2:20 mark of the 4th quarter, delivered by Joe's Pizza and Pasta. OrderJoes.com. Just not on Mondays. Quick snap.
Counter.
It is a counter. Marlon Price again, midfield, 45, cuts through. Nice move at the 30, pulled down from behind to the 25-yard line. Yes, sir. Maybe a 30-yard gain for Marlon Price. 2 carries, 66 yards. Oh, my.
What a beautiful play.
So now with 1:39 left here in the 4th quarter.
He's going to get a penalty. He's got to get off the field. All right, they called timeout. He can be on the field now. He's not happy, though. What a great counter play. Right back at you with that counter. Marlon Price has 2 counters for 66 yards.
Yeah, he's averaging about,
what is that, 33? Yeah, 33 yards of play. You can go a long way doing that.
Yes, sir. The old Larry Bird, or in this case, Jameer Smith-Henson. 33. (33-24) game. Rams by 9. Collinsville needs 2 scores. They also need the ball, which is looking unlikely at this point with 1:36 left.
Just take care of the football now. Let's don't drop it, have any fumbles or turnovers.
1st and 10 for the Rams at the 25-yard line. I didn't see that one. Oh, yeah, just right up the middle there for Jameer Smith-Henson to the 21 for a gain of 4. All right.
Well,
keeps it moving.
That trap play is really, it's to hold those linebackers from jumping that blast and that pitch. You know, they're in a load left there, so all indications are they're going to pitch left or go off tackle left. And when you run that 3-back up in there in the trap right over the 0 hole, it keeps those backers from cheating. They have to stay and make sure it's not trapped before they go chase the toss or the blast. And that's the beauty of that play. They don't run it a lot, but they just run it enough to hold those linebackers.
Double tight diamond tee set here for the Rams. 50 seconds remaining. And that is, I don't know who has it. I'm guessing Nesbitt somewhere in there. Because I saw Smith-Henson and I saw Price. So that's going to be a gain of 1 for Bourré. Another Collinsville timeouts presented by SSM Health, Good Samaritan Hospital, advanced care close to home. For the Rams, it's 3rd and 5 with 43 seconds left.
148 yards I have Nesbitt for unofficially.
Pretty good day at the office for Boo-Ray.
Yeah, he's had a really nice game. A couple great defensive plays. 25 carries, 148 is what I've got right now.
So now 3rd and 5 out of the SSM Health timeout. The ball is on the Collinsville 20-yard line. It's Rams 33, Kahoks 24. With 43.3 seconds left, 3rd and 5 from the 20. See if they come with here on 3rd down. Probably just something simple right up the gut to kill more clock and force them into their final timeout. So right up the middle for a gain of about 2.
It was just the quarterback, wasn't it?
I think so.
Morales, yep. That's going to do it.
That is going to be all she wrote. Final score tonight, the Rams back in the winners column, as they knock off the Collinsville Kahoks 33-24. We'll talk about it next on your Body Quench postgame show. 33-24 final. This is Rams football from WMIX Sports and the Section 618 app.
Joe's Pizza and Pasta in Mount Vernon is the people's choice for a favorite Italian restaurant. Order online at orderjoes.com or come by 819 Jordan Street, just off the square in downtown Mount Vernon. Joe's has great fresh salads, pasta, and garlic breads, and is the place to dine on real Chicago-style pizza during game night. Joe's Pizza and Pasta in Mount Vernon, 819 Jordan Street, orderjoes.com. Your taste buds will thank you.
Every body is different. Some get injured while others wear down. At Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois, your unique condition is at the center of all we do. Whether you want to compete at the top of your game, play with your grandkids, or simply enjoy a day without pain, the Orthopedic Center is there for you. The Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois. Give them a call at 618-242-3778 or visit them at orthocenter-si.com.
Stop searching for your own insurance. You have too much on your plate. Just one call to Hall Insurance, and they'll find the best coverage for your needs. Whether it's home, auto, renters, boat, motorcycle, your business, whatever you need coverage on, they'll do the work for you. Then call you back with a quote, most times in the same day. Call 618-244-7500 or visit hallinsgroup.com. Hall Insurance Group, your independent insurance agency in Mount Vernon. hallinsgroup.com.
DollarSavingDeals.com is the saving superstore everyone is talking about. Hi, this is Stacy from DollarSavingDeals.com. Right now, you can buy half-price certificates to your favorite places, just like 618X, Beauty Glow Tanning Studio, Good Day Made, Benson's Wine Bar in Chester, Cocopelli Golf Club, Muddy Roots Collective, and so much more. Next time you want to go to your favorite local place for half the price, shop DollarSavingDeals.com. Find us on the Big Deals app.
This is Mount Vernon Rams football on WMIX Sports. The Body Quench postgame show starts now.
Final tonight from Ken Hunt Stadium in the Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois broadcast booth. Mount Vernon Rams football delivered by Joe's Pizza. The final score again, Rams 33, Collinsville 24. Welcome into your Body Quench postgame show. Body Quench offers vitamin IV infusions to help you feel your best so you can be your best. Find out more at mybodyquench.com. Lady Rams basketball coach Jeff Lonan alongside. I'm Chris Hugo. Jeff Crow took care of the video tonight for WMIXsports.com. Brock Myers back at the Mount Vernon studio. That's my phone apparently recording all of that. That was interesting. Big win tonight for the Rams, Lonan. Big win. 9-point victory back in the 500. Back at 500 at 2-2. And, man, makes you think. A stop here or a play there the past couple of weeks, a chance to be 3-1 or undefeated. But give this Rams team a lot of credit, a lot of chutzpah, a lot of intestinal fortitude.
Well, I'd say so, and it was on both sides of the ball. I mean, at times we didn't move the ball like I think they thought they would or they wanted to, but then, they didn't back down, and they kept coming at Collinsville, and then they broke some plays and got some big plays offensively. Boo-Ray broke I don't know how many big plays out in open space. He's such a weapon, and And I like the balance. You know, we don't say much about Smith Henson, but Smith Henson had 9 carries tonight for a tough 37 yards, and almost all of them were on that inside trap play that we just talked about. And that's big. I mean, that makes things happen and loosens things up on the outside of the football field, out in the perimeters. That's big. Crowder came in, carried the ball 4 times. You know, he started and got 22 big yards. And then Morales.
Yes.
That's a whole different category. I want to talk about this guy. This guy, in practice this week, you know, they're looking for reasons not to be in that beast formation. I know they are. That's not who they are. It's not, you know, it's not what we're used to doing. It's not who we've ever been. And Morales, you know, stepped up, and he started running some plays in practice. He looked pretty good, and they went with him. They went on a hunch, and he was fantastic tonight. He ran that offense. He distributed the ball where it was supposed to be. He never dropped it. The center quarterback exchange was always good. That's hard. That is difficult for a guy who's not done it. And I just can't say enough about him. And then, of course, we talked about the defense. Big stop after big stop. 3 picks against their quarterback, Pennell, who could wing it now. I mean, that guy could throw the ball all over the football field anywhere he wanted it. And, 3 big picks against him is huge. I mean, if those picks don't happen, I mean, what's the score of this game? I mean, you know, we only won by 9. And you know, if he completes those balls, I mean, we may be walking out of here a loser. So great job by the defense. Great job by, you know, the new quarterback and all the backs and the offensive line, who never get mentioned, by the way, but who make things go when a play breaks. And I think that that's very important. And that's weight room work. Those guys are in there over the winter. He's got them in there. You know, that's a group that you have to have, you know, and they're a whole family within themselves. And you know, to see them perform so well tonight and give those skill players a chance to do great things was good to see as well. And then, finally, the special teams. Special teams were, you know, outstanding. The kickoff coverage was good. You know, the PATs, a couple of the PATs we kicked early proved to be, how many times we were just 2 points ahead, you know, because of those 2 kicks we made early in the first quarter with those first 2 scores. You know, we never really had to punt the ball. I think we punted the ball maybe twice. Both of them were around 35, 36 yards, and we covered those pretty well. So it was just a complete football game with everyone, you know, contributing to the win. Both the lines, defensive, obviously, I mentioned the defensive line, but obviously they're good, or you don't have that kind of an effort. You know, stopping the run, Pennell, McIntyre, both great runners. You know, those guys coming at you, athletic, fast, making stops. Complete team win, I think, is what I'm getting at. And if you're a Ram fan tonight, this is a special one, because I'm telling you, you want to talk about some adversity. After week 1, when we rung up 55 and we looked unstoppable, and then to have the injury bug hit us so fast in that Carbondale game, we went from the highest of highs to the lowest of lows. And, you know, it can go bad fast in this game. And tonight we righted the ship. We really did. And I look for us to go again now. We got us a guy who can distribute the ball at the quarterback position in our normal offense, where we don't have to draw things up, you know, from 1894 anymore. And I think that's a confidence booster for everyone, because, you know, they're much more comfortable living in that world. And I think this is going to springboard us into, you know, maybe possibly the season we thought we were going to have before our injuries. I sure hope so anyway. We sure looked like it could tonight.
Certainly. And for this Ram team, we'll talk about it coming up with our Mount Vernon Culver's player of the game on the Body Quench postgame. But for this Ram team, I don't think you can say any better than how you just put it. Just a big win tonight here at home. You probably get the crowd back next week for Bonne Terre, North County out of Missouri. Winning heals a lot of wounds, and so you don't forget about the past 2 weeks, but you do feel a little bit better knowing you're back at 500 and certainly some winnable games along the way. Plenty more to come on your Body Quench post-game show. Body Quench, if you've been left feeling dehydrated after the summer, check out some of their IV infusions to help hydrate you in one step. It's Hydration Drip. Find out more at mybodyquench.com. We'll come back and wrap it up with your Mount Vernon Culver's player of the game and any final necessary stats. This is Rams football from WMIX Sports and the Section 618 app.
Hi, I'm Marty Mills with Huey and Newell Funeral Homes. It's such an honor to live, work, and be a part of this great community. We want to thank each and every one of our families who trust and confide in us during a traumatic and difficult time. But more than just a business, we're your neighbor, your friend, someone you can just talk to and share life with. We're here for you 24/7, 365 days a year. We are Huey and Newell Funeral Homes, Mount Vernon and Waltonville, offering compassion, healing, and hope now and many years to come.
Hey, this is your local State Farm agent, Tony Wilt, and we have just celebrated 15 years of helping people in Southern Illinois with their insurance needs, and I want to say thank you. We understand the cost of almost everything has gone up in the last couple of years, and your insurance is no exception. Some of that you may have had nothing to do with, and some may be claim-related. But listen, cheap insurance isn't always the best. Having a strong company and an agent in your corner when you need someone to talk to can make all the difference. So call my office, find us online at tonywilt.com, or stop by my office in Mount Vernon. You can't miss the State Farm Jeep.
You need insurance to help protect things that mean a lot to you. You need coverage that's affordable because we all have a budget. At Country Financial, we get it. For close to 100 years, we've offered insurance and financial services to help protect what's most important to you and to help prepare for your future. Best of all, I'm here to get to know you and find solutions for your budget. In other words, we've got your back. I'm Josh Finley, your local Country Financial representative. Call me at 618-242-4024.
Another reason Culver's could have only started in Wisconsin from our team member, Nick.
Oh, yeah, that's an easy one. Wisconsin is the dairy state, so naturally, Culver's was inspired by everyone's favorite rich and creamy tradition, frozen custard. We make our fresh frozen custard in small batches in every Culver's, and the farm fresh dairy is why it's so decadent. It's a match, or batch, made in heaven.
Culver's at Veterans and 42nd in Mount Vernon.
Welcome to Delicious.
This is Mount Vernon Rams football from WMIX Sports. The Mount Vernon Culver's player of the game is next.
Back on the Body Quench post-game show here at Ken Hunt Stadium in Mount Vernon. The Rams winners over Collinsville tonight, 33-24, the final. I'm Chris Hugo, Lady Rams basketball coach Jeff Lonan alongside, and coach for the Rams, needless to say, we talked about it pretty well at length. A big win tonight here at home, almost a perfect all-around game. Some mistakes made, yes, but all in all, it's a good win for a good Ram team.
It's a huge win. You know, and you talked about a little bit of playoff implications earlier, but you know, if this one gets past us, I mean, it's hard now. You're 1-3, and you know, you're chasing a pretty big uphill battle there. So, you know, we got us back into playoff contention. I think even though it's early, it's a game I felt like we kind of needed. For that reason, number one. But number two, just a confidence thing because we've kind of been snake bit the last couple of weeks, obviously. So, yeah, again, it's just nice. You look out there, the Ram fans surround the team down there in the end zone, and that's what you like to see. It's a great tradition and one that's special to the kids and the coaches, and everyone's sharing in this one right now tonight down there in the end zone. That's good to see.
Well, especially with the Dan Mings post-game conversation, which he invites parents, grandparents, siblings, whomever, that may want to circle around as he talks to the kids. And tonight they're doing it after a big win here at home, and you got to love it. And definitely some good stats for some of the kids as well, and just overall a good night that these kids are going to love and remember.
And he does that every game, win or lose, and that's hard, you know, because you don't win them all. And, you know, it takes a lot of character, and it takes a lot of belief in your kids and your team and your fans to go down there and do that after a loss. It's a lot, you know, it's easy to do those things when you win, but when you lose, you know, you got to step up and do the same thing, and he's always done that, and I think that's why, you know, he's very well respected for what he does, and his staff is also, you know, I would say the same thing about all of them. I've coached with most of them, and you know, their best interest and their only interest is these kids and making them as best they could be to represent the school and the town. And boy, I tell you, when the football team's good, there's just something special about it. here. And tonight the fan base was great. The stands over here were full. They were parked all the way out to the cornfield when I came in, as I said earlier. We had the little baby Rams come in. Is that what am I calling them the right
Something
thing?
along those lines, yes.
I don't want to mistitle them, but the dancers and the cheerleaders were here, and it was a beautiful evening, about 65 degrees. So the kids, they weren't hot as they were maybe in the first week or the second week. So yeah, good night of football, about as good as you could ask for if you're a Mount Vernon Ram fan.
Well, without a doubt, now one of the tougher parts of the broadcast, Mount Vernon Culver's player of the game.
Well,
I'm going to buy you some time because you can warm up with a big bowl of George's chili or cool off with today's frozen custard flavor of the day at Mount Vernon Culver's at 42nd and Veterans in the King City. And today it is chocolate caramel twist flavor of the day.
Boy.
Actually sounds pretty good.
Boy, it sure does, doesn't it?
Yep, so is our Mount Vernon Culver's player of the game.
You got to go with Boo-Ray. His 25 carries for 140. I think I had him for 148 tonight. And those were tough yards because he there were times he just got stuffed, and he just kept running. And I think the coaches did a good job of figuring out, how to get him out in space a little better, especially in the second half. And then defensively, he was wonderful as well. So he was just all over the field. I got to give a special mention though to Morales for coming in and managing the team at the quarterback position. Without that, it's just very hard to win. That's just like playing basketball without a point guard. If you don't have one that can, get you into what you need and get you started, then you just never get started. And he did that tonight. He managed that thing very well, and a lot of credit goes to him as well.
Without a doubt. Tough to step up in that kind of position, and he did just that. Next broadcast will be Monday night. Lady Rams Volleyball welcomes the Salem Lady Wildcats. We'll have the varsity for you. AM 940, 96.5 FM, or you can watch all three classes live, WMIX Sports YouTube, on Monday night. Our next Rams broadcast Friday night from right here. North County out of Bonne Terre, Missouri will come in and take on your 2-2 Mount Vernon Rams. For Lady Rams regional champ basketball coach Jeff Lonan, for Jeff Crow, for Brock Myers back at the Mount Vernon studio, for all of us at WMIX Sports and Section618.com. Final score here tonight from Ken Hunt Stadium. The Mount Vernon Rams 33, Collinsville Kahoks 24. I'm Chris Hugo. Good night.
This has been Mount Vernon Rams football, delivered by Joe